Hello, everyone. Tonight from the McKay Center on the campus of Utah Valley University, get set for an exciting basketball game. The Wolverines of Utah Valley University looking to a little bit of revenge tonight as they take on the Cougars of Chicago State, a team that defeated them earlier this year, 85-76. Should be a great basketball game. I'm Steve Watts along with Matt Peterson and Dave Heck, and you guys look out. Ryan Toulson against David Holston. Holston leading the nation in scoring, and these two have locked up before. It should be an exciting ball game.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Steve. This is going to be a great game if you're interested in high scoring, good players, especially in good guard play. It'll be interesting to see which team will be able to stop the other team's personnel. As you say, it's always about defense for the Wolverines, but this could be a great game on the offensive end for Toulson and for Holston.
Dave, Wolverines played zone against Chicago before, and I think they're going to go man-to-man. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Josh Olson to control David Holston.
Josh has been playing great defense lately against Arkansas State. He held Weddle to 11 points. So, Josh's defense is going to be a big factor this game as he goes up against one of the best scorers in the nation.
Wolverines right now are running a 5-game winning streak. They're hoping to end the season, continue to win out, maybe end on a 10-game winning streak. Right now, 11-13 on the year, and they've done that on the defensive end as they've pretty much abandoned the zone, Matt, and gone man-to-man.
Yeah, I think the man-to-man is better for them. I think it keeps them active on the defensive end. The zone they've struggled with at times. I think as you've seen that during this 5-game winning streak, we've played very little possessions of zone. The man-to-man has been what's been key on the defensive end. It's just been leading to the offensive end as well.
And Dave, again, key matchups tonight and keys to the game are going to be Josh Olson, as we mentioned, against David Holston, but watch Ryan Toulson try to defend John Cantrell, another leaping and high-scoring player from Chicago State.
It's going to be a fun game to watch. Two good guards on our team and two good guards for Chicago State, and they're going to be guarding each other and battling it out, so it should be a fun one.
All right, tonight from the McKay Center, get set for an exciting Wolverine basketball. Wolverines looking to exact a little revenge tonight against Chicago State. I'm Steve Watts, Matt Peterson, Dave Heck. We're going to buckle in and bring you an exciting basketball game. We'll be back in a moment.
Toulson, lights out.
All right, Coach, a few more minutes.
And now, your Utah Valley Wolverines. At guard, number 10, Ryan Toulson.
Come join the action-packed, high-energy entertainment and sharp shooting of Utah Valley men's basketball. Season tickets available now. Lights Out 2007.
You wouldn't work on a construction site without your safety gear. Why would you drive your car without your seatbelt? Click It or Ticket supports the Zero Fatalities campaign, a goal we can all live with.
Tonight, get yourself some popcorn, turn on your TV, and have a good time watching Wolverine basketball. And again, we'll kind of go over a little bit for the TV folks, which some things we've already talked about on the radio, guys, and that is the key matchups. You got Ryan Toulson going against John Cantrell, who is a prolific scorer in his own right, and Josh Olson going against David Holston.
Yeah, I think, Steve, it's going to be interesting to watch as we see how many different players match up on both of those players. Josh has a great responsibility ahead of him, but it's also not just going to be Josh's effort. It'll be a total team effort. There's going to be a lot of help defense needed on Holston as well as on Cantrell, and it's going to be the same for Chicago State. It's going to be need to be a team defensive effort to guard Toulson, and Richard even played well last game. So it'll be interesting to see how they match up.
Yeah, and defensive-wise, if it does get out of hand and the Wolverines can't play man-to-man, believe that Hunsaker will be quick to go to the zone. He's been, he's done that at quite a few games in the past, and he's not afraid to go to the zone. So, if the players are kind of quick out there and watch for a zone maybe.
Okay, again, for those on TV, welcome aboard, and for those on the radio, hopefully you'll listen to this whole ball game, and it'll be an exciting basketball game, because it sure was about 3 weeks ago when these two teams hooked up. Chicago State win 85-76. In that game, David Holston went for 28 points. He also had 9 assists in that ball game, guys. 28 and 9. That's pretty impressive. Ryan Toulson, as Matt just mentioned, he also had an impressive game. 33 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists for Toulson, as they kind of had a personal match going. One which Holston eventually won, because Chicago State won the ball game.
Sure, we're paying so much attention to Holston and to Toulson. You know, Steve, it's kind of setting up, and I would look forward to somebody else coming and stepping up from both sides, from both teams. Maybe Cantrell comes and plays big. Mike Wilson, last game for Chicago State, had 20 points. So it's not just going to be those two players. For the Wolverines side, Richard Troyer had 16 points, and Kevin Woods came off the bench and scored 12 points. So look for somebody else to come up and to have a big game other than Toulson and Holston.
We haven't been given the starting lineups yet for either team, and so we're kind of guessing right now for the Cougars, but we do know that David Holstein, who is listed at 5'8", and we all agree that he's probably 5'5" or less, will get the start at one guard. He is averaging 24 points a ball game. 5'8" junior out of Pontiac, Michigan, will get the start at one guard. Looks like one of their other guards is going to be 5'10", Steve Martin out of New Orleans, Louisiana. He's averaging just 1 point a ball game. They're introducing Holston right now. And at center will be Chidozie Chukwuma. And I'm not sure you can hear us right now. Sounds like our microphone's been turned down. Hopefully everything's okay. Chukwuma. Is that how we're going to say that, guys?
Chakuma.
Yeah, that's right.
Chakuma is how we were going to say it.
Chidozie Chukwuma.
What was it you said they called him? What was it? What was his nickname?
Doobie. We'll be calling him Doobie a lot. For those on TV, number 32 is now officially Doobie. We didn't get the rest of their starting lineups. Again, we should put up on our board, but we'll get that at the tip. They turned down the lights to bring out the Harley with the Wolverine. Not a very good crowd here tonight yet, although it usually fills in a little bit late, so hopefully that'll be the case. Wolverines still waiting to be introduced. Wolverines will start at one guard, Josh Olson, a 6'1" junior out of Sandy, Utah, averaging 7.7 points a ball game. Also has really turned up his assists recently with a 10 and a 7 assist night in the last 2 games. Ryan Toulson will go at the other guard, a 6'3" junior out of Gilbert, Arizona, averaging 23 points a ball game, leading the nation in free throw shooting as well. Richard Troyer will go at one forward, a 6'5" senior out of Belize City, Belize, averaging 9.5 points a ball game. Jordan Brady will go at the other forward, a 6'6" senior out of Vernal, Utah, and let me tell you, this guy can run the floor. Fun to watch him, averages 10.5 a game and 8 rebounds a game. And at center, I didn't see who got is Brett Ravenberg going at center?
Yes.
Brett Ravenberg going at center, a 6'8" junior out of Katy, Texas, averaging 2 points a ball game, and they need him to get in there and block some shots and get some rebounds to be effective in the paint.
One thing, Steve, I think we can look at earlier, the past games that the Wolverines have played, they've looked to get an early inside presence with Brett Ravenberg and even Jordan Brady. You know, as we look at the two teams coming out here, Chicago State's not extremely tall. They're actually playing 3 guards who are smaller than all 3 of our guards. So look for the Wolverines to get some easy inside buckets early on.
Chukwuma is not going to start. Chukwuma, I guess it's Chukwuma. We'll say it 10 different times, but he's not starting. Mike Wilson's going to jump, actually Carl Montgomery's going to jump at center against Jordan Brady. And Brady wins the tip, tips it into backcourt, and Wolverines will get it first. Across the timeline, Josh Olson. Across the timeline, Chicago State starts out on a man-to-man defense. Ravenberg pops out at the top, the key looks inside. Wolverines will run Toulson off a couple screens, and Ravenberg finally gets driven to Toulson. Being guarded there, shot put up on by Toulson, no good. And flying down the lane to get the rebound is Troyer. Back to Toulson. Toulson lean in, off-balance jumper is good, and Toulson hits his first basket of the evening for the Wolverines.
And you can pretty much count that bucket for Richard Troyer, going in, getting the offensive rebound, and getting the second shot.
Walton with it at the top of the key. Back now to Steve Martin. Now to the quick one. That's Holston. Swing it over to Cantrell. Foul line extended on the left wing. Dribbles back and hands it to Holston. Holston just 5'4" if he's at 5'5" maybe. And that's stretching the tape. Top the key is Martin. 9 on the shot clock. Chicago State running the clock all the way down. They're still dribbling with 5. Give it up to Cantrell. His three-point shot, no good. It comes to Walton, and the shot clock will run out before it hits the rim, and the Wolverines will get it after 35 seconds of good defense.
Great opening possession there on the defensive end as Toulson has to go to the bench here. Had some little bloodied there, but great opening defense there. Chicago State looked a little bit confused as what the defense that we were running, but great job there from the Wolverines.
Again, we played man against them the whole time, or zone against them the whole time in Chicago, so this might have been a little bit of surprise to see us go man that time. Ravenberg with it at the top of the key. One bounce dribble, looks down to Olsen. Instead, he brings it out to Brady. Brady penetrates to the free throw line and then throws the ball away. Picked up by Cantrell. Cantrell will take it in on Troyer and bend the rim with a two-hand jam. The athleticism of Chicago State. Now they'll come with full court pressure. Troyer with it in backcourt. Comes across the timeline, walks with the ball, and they don't call it. Now the cross-court pass goes to Brady, goes into the lane on a little underhand scoop pass to Ravenberg, but Brady was fouled as he was on the dribble drive, so it'll be Utah Valley basketball. Foul on Montgomery will be his first, and the first of the ball game. Olsen inbounds, comes to Toulson, falling away, 16-footer, good by Toulson. Wolverines score on inbounds plays all the time. With the basketball now is Martin. Martin yo-yo on the dribble to Holston. Holston penetrates and has the ball, actually takes it behind his leg, now falls away and drains a three-pointer from the top of the key.
Steve, he shot that with incredible confidence. David and I are both looking at each other. Not much you could do defensively about that from Josh Olsen. Incredible shot.
Ravenberg into front court. Again, Wolverines taking a little time to get the ball across the timeline as Chicago State's pressing after made basket. Olsen yo-yo on the dribble to the left wing. Now Troyer pops to the top of the key, hands it to Brady, fakes right, goes left in the lane, off-balance layup, good, count it, he's fouled. Brady with a pretty penetration drive, scoring the basket and getting fouled. He'll go to the line trying to complete the three-point play.
See the replay here, Jordan with a beautiful baseline fake, took the ball left-handed, drove hard to the basket. You weren't going to stop him there. He just made a beautiful drive.
Our Papa John's replays brought to you all night by Papa John's. Free throw no good by Brady. 6-5, Wolverines on top. Holston stops on a dime, pops another long three, no good. And going high for the rebound is Jordan Brady. He should be playing in the NFL next year. What a body, and I'm telling you, an athlete at 6'6". Olsen across the timeline, penetrates back to Brady, and they'll call Olsen for traveling. I didn't see that one.
I missed the travel on that one. I didn't see his feet.
6-5 our score, 17-12 to play here in the first half. Portions of this game brought to you by MVP Sports, located in Spanish Fork, along with Maggleby's Fresh, located in Provo and Spanish Fork. Across the timeline comes Steve Martin for Chicago State. Chakumba checks into the ball game now. We expected him to start. He goes a 6'11". Martin with it. Looking down low to Chakumba. Chakumba being pushed out on the floor a little bit. Back to Cantrell. 16-foot line drive jumper by Cantrell is good. Cantrell now with 4. Wolverines break the pressure quite easily. Brady twisting and spinning, going hard to the glass and then missing the layup. Fighting for the rebound, and Chicago State, Cantrell picks it up. Ahead to Martin. Martin explodes inside to the lane, hands it off to Walton. His little jump hook is good. 9-6, Chicago State on top. Richard Troyer comes back, launches a long distance shot. No good, saved on the floor by Brady, but it goes right to Martin. Martin out of backcourt, penetrates, goes all the way to the glass, throws one up with the right hand, no good, and the rebound controlled by Richard Troyer.
Quick pace to this game, up tempo, both teams looking to push the ball. Chicago State has a little bit of an advantage in the fast break, but both teams are looking to get out in transition.
With the ball, Ravenberg hands it to Olsen. Olsen goes all the way to the glass, explodes to the rim, and scores the layup.
And I'd love to see Josh attack early. He got such great legs. He can elevate over any guard that plays him. So, hopefully he'll do that more tonight.
Going against smaller guards too. Holston with the dribble, penetrates and then steps back, throws it away. It's tipped, but it goes to Chicago State. Walton back to Holston. Excuse me, that's Martin with the basketball. They're both small guards. Inside to Cantrell, back to Martin. He'll fire a three-pointer that's an air ball, and it goes right out of bounds, and the Wolverines will get it. 15:26 to go. We'll go to our first media timeout. Utah Valley down by a point, 9-8 in a very quick tempo basketball game. We'll be back in a moment.
Education is green and knowledge is gold, especially for students at Utah Valley State College. A UVSC education focuses on teaching you. UVSC offers smaller classes for a personal approach to learning. A UVSC education provides value and quality. Its accredited 2- and 4-year degrees are designed to meet your individual needs. A UVSC education invests in your future. You will be prepared to directly enter the workforce or to excel in graduate or professional school. A UVSC education goes beyond the classroom. It arms you with knowledge, and for students at Utah Valley State College, knowledge is gold.
Back here on the radio television simulcast on the radio 1400 K-Star, your home for Wolverine sports. And on television, it's on your local Utah Valley University channels. I know in Orem on Comcast, it's channel, I want to say 17, but it might be channel 3, but 17. 9-8 our score. Utah Valley on top. On this television broadcast will be rebroadcast throughout the week. Checking in for Utah Valley now is Jordan Swarbrick, who's really been playing well lately for the Wolverines, a sophomore out of the Sacramento area. Actually, it was Ronnie Price that sent him this way. They were playing in a little league together in Sacramento before Ronnie signed with the Jazz. Swarbrick down low, has the shot blocked, but there's Brady on the follow-up, putting it up and in.
Beautiful offense. You know, when the Wolverines have had success this year on the offensive end, they've been cutting and moving. That was no different there. Jordan Swarbrick with a beautiful cut. Missed a layup, but Jordan Brady on the follow-up.
Walton drives down the lane, right side, off-bounce shot, put it up, no good. He's fouled on the play. Let's see if they say in the act of shooting. NBA, it's definitely in the act of shooting. They're going to say ball out of bounds.
See on the replay here, a nice drive. Jordan Swarbrick just kind of bumped his way into his man. If he would have stayed straight, stayed vertical, there wouldn't have been a foul. Good effort, though.
I want to thank Papa John's again. Ball comes into Cantrell, who's already scored on 2 baskets, 4 points. Hands it out now to Mike Wilson. We expected him to start, but he's coming off the bench here this evening. Wilson yo-yo on the dribble, bounces it over to the Cantrell, penetrates the free throw line, back to Wilson, three-pointer on the way, looks good, is good. Got good rotation on it and buries the three.
And Ryan Toulson stepped off just for a minute to help the penetration, and his man hit the three-pointer there.
12-10 into front court, Troyer with it. They back up off it. Wolverines, I think, want to slow this down a little bit. They don't want to get in a track meet. Brady, though, wants to put up a quick shot in the lane. No good with the jump hook. And Chicumba, whatever his name is, comes out of back court. And a travel violation or palming violation. Wolverines will get it on the turnover.
You know, Steve, Chicago State, David and I were kind of talking on the way over. We thought that they might do a little bit of pressure. The Wolverines were preparing this week for them to come out in that pressure. So far, it hasn't bothered the Wolverines. They just need to attack the press and score buckets, and Chicago State won't play it anymore.
Toulson yo-yo and then hands it off to Olsen at the top key. Now to Troyer in the lane. He'll fall away with a 16-footer that's good by Richard Troyer.
Great patience by Richard that time. He had the ball where he wanted it, and a smaller defender, he just kind of backed him down.
12-12 our score. And walking the ball out of backcourt is Mike Wilson. Wilson coming off a 20-point outing, hit his first shot coming off the bench here. And he'll have it now, foul line extended on the right wing. Wants to go down low, instead they bring it back out to Cantrell. Fall away, 16-footer, rounding out, no good. Chicumba comes up with a rebound and lays it up and in.
You know, Jordan Brady was fronting the post there. Chiguba just got behind him a little bit. Unfortunate, but easy offensive rebound.
Swarbrick into front court with it to Toulson. Toulson got off a couple early shots, hitting a couple, and he's been quiet now for the last couple of minutes. Olsen dribbling the ball, give it to Brady, fakes right, goes left, goes by his man, and has a shot blocked, but they'll call the foul. Jordan's showing more aggressiveness than I've seen him all year. Every time he's getting the ball, he's wanting to do something with it. You'll see on the Papa John's replay how quick he put the ball on the floor. I think he feels like he's got a quickness advantage and wants to, I've never seen him dribble and penetrate as often, as early in the ball game as he's doing right now.
Oh yeah, quickness advantage and also a strength advantage with Chikumba guarding him. Chikumba has him by about 3 inches, but weight-wise and strength-wise, should be no match for Jordan.
I think he's doing a good job of using ball fakes too, Steve. On both moves that he's had to the basket, he's faked one way and then gone the other. Good job of using those ball fakes.
Brady hits both free throws, and Dave, you're wrong. He's got him by 7 inches. Brady's 6'4" if he's an inch. Chikumba is 6'11".
Well, maybe he had me by 3 inches.
Okay, all right. He's built like you, Chikumba is, but new player checks into the ball game. That's Stankovic. Stankovic into the game for Chicago State. Olsen on the overplay knocks the ball out of bounds, and Olsen doing a nice job slowing down the quick David Holston. Chicago State will inbound at side court. Holston gets it on the inbound play. Makes right, goes left, steps back now, and fires one over Olsen. Short, no good, and the rebound comes to Swarbrick. Swarbrick out of backcourt. Cross-court pass intended for Troyer, too big for him, goes right out of bounds. It will be Chicago State basketball.
That's one of Coach Hunsaker's pet peeves, is trying to thread the needle when you don't have to. Making bad turnovers like that.
Walking the ball out of backcourt is David Holston. Over to Wilson, he's gonna fire out another three, that's good. Mike Wilson comes in and hit back-to-back threes for Chicago State. 17-14, Chicago State on top. And they'll take a little timeout and let Wilson tie his shoot.
There was no play there. Wilson just simply came off a little one-man down screen and somehow got wide open.
Olsen walking the ball out of backcourt. Jumps a pass to Swarbrick at the top of the key. Swarbrick now to Matt Commend, who's checked in. Another player out of Arizona. Mesa now to Toulson. Quick release for three, that's no good. A wild shot. Rebound comes to Cantrell in the lane. Cantrell with elbow swing and knocked Commenda down, and quickly out of backcourt, Wilson. Wilson wraparound dribble. Swings it back out now to the top of the key to Kevin Jones, who's checked in. Boy, Chicago State's making a lot of substitutions. We got to stay on top of those. Jones to Wilson. Wilson looks down low, and a whistle and a foul down low. It's going to be whistled against the Wolverines. Paul Reinhardt has checked in for Utah Valley as well.
You know, Steve, I think on the defensive end, on the perimeter, the guards are doing a very good job, especially Josh Olsen on David Holston. The inside players, the post players are doing a pretty good job as well, but I've been supremely impressed with the perimeter defense of the Wolverines so far.
Ravenberg back in and Reinhardt out. Here's a shot put up by Wilson, around and out, no good. Rebound ticked all the way out to Chicago State, David Holston. Again, Josh Olsen will greet him at the top. Quick pass underneath to Wilson, and he'll spin up a left-handed underhand scoop shot that's good. Pretty assist that time from Holston.
You hear the crowd behind us oohing and on, so you know that was a pretty good pass.
19-14, Chicago State on top by 5. Olsen out of backcourt, angle off to the left side. Keeps the dribble alive, swings the pass now to Swarbrick. Swarbrick foul line extended, dribbles into the lane, all the way to the glass. He looked like he was gonna cock it back and dunk it, but he got hacked across the arm, and going to the line to shoot two will be Jordan Swarbrick.
And you know, Swarbrick's athletic ability can fool you sometimes. Look, he can, you know, he has that one leg, he can jump off one leg, he can jump off 2 legs, and he's pretty athletic. Don't let him fool you.
We just saw our Papa John's replay, the easy foul called, and again, Wolverines beating Chicago State off the dribble. But they're losing on the scoreboard as we go to our second media timeout. 11:24 to go. 19 for Chicago State, 14 for the Wolverines. We'll be back in a moment.
We meet here once a week. It's a chance to discuss mostly.
I've always been super concerned about saving money, right? But I really wanted a good education too. I guess I really got green fever when I found out how Utah Valley University can get me both.
We have our regulars, and of course there are always our new ones every time.
I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
This is my first week here. I'm really excited. This whole green fever thing's kind of just started for me. So.
More and more people want to know about green fever.
Welcome to the exciting future of Utah Valley State College. To those who take advantage of the many opportunities offered through the school, UVSC has become a wealth of social activities and a canvas for creativity. The judicious U.S. News & World Report ranked UVSC 4th in the West among comprehensive public four-year colleges. UVSC is projected to be the largest higher education institution in Utah within a decade. Yet for all of its growth, this higher learning institution has not wavered from its original focus, serving the student and the community.
Back here in the beautiful McKay Center, home of Utah Valley University Wolverine basketball. And right now the Wolverines on a 5-game winning streak, but off to a sluggish start here. Played a little over 8 minutes. The Wolverines down 19-14. What's your thoughts, Matt?
Well, I think, as I said, I thought Josh Olson has done an incredible job guarding David Holston. He's still in the game. He played great defense, but Mike Wilson, in the last time we played, Steve, scored 20 points, 6 of 9 shooting, and he's come out hot tonight, 3 of 4 already for 8 points to lead Chicago State.
Swarbrick's first free throw, no good. We went to break. Swarbrick, if you remember, was fouled driving to the basket. Swarbrick back up the line. Pretty good free throw shooter, and he hits the second one. 19-15, Chicago State on top, and David Holston will bring the ball out of backcourt. Little 5'4" guy, leading the nation in scoring. Hands it off to Kevin Jones. Back to the top of the key now to Walton. Walton being hounded there by Commenda, and then Commenda reaches in and slaps him across the arm for the personal foul. Commenda will be whistled for his first. 13th foul on Utah Valley.
Good ball pressure there by Commenda. Coach loves it. Coach Hunsaker loves it when you have hands and they're active and they're going after the ball. So Coach Hunsaker can live with that foul.
Walton back now in the corner. Can't see who it is that's got it in the corner. It was Kevin Jones. Hands it back to Holston. Expect Holston to go most of the way tonight. To Jones, he'll launch a long three. A deep one that's no good, and rebound comes to Josh Olson. He's fouled in the lane by Montgomery. And there's a Montgomery that goes 6'6", 6'7", and Olson rolls above him with those outstanding legs that you were talking about. We'll see Olson, just watch him explode and get up there at 6'1". He's got some great legs, as Dave Heck mentioned earlier in the broadcast. 19-15, Olson will walk the ball across the timeline. Throws it to the elbow of the free throw line to Swarbrick. Down low it goes to Toulson, and then they'll call the jump ball. Toulson got tangled up there. Mike Wilson, and on the alternate possession rule, it'll be Chicago State basketball.
You know, Steve, on the offensive end, we've done a couple plays so far. I noticed one about 2 minutes into the game, ran a play for Josh Olson posting up there, tried to post up Ryan again. Look for the Wolverines to continue to do that on these smaller Chicago State guards.
Olson back to Holston. Holston now just going in, dribble, working the left, steps back, a long three that's short, no good, a fight for a rebound down low, and they're going to call it on the Wolverines in a shoving match down low, Montgomery and Ravenberg gets whistled for the foul, his first.
Brett trying to do everything he can there to box out and gets caught with his arms, kind of holding Montgomery there a little bit.
Commenda and Ravenberg leave. Jordan Brady and Troyer come back in for the Wolverines. Ball comes inbounds right to Montgomery, and boy, Troyer fell asleep. Ball almost hit him in the ear, and it went right to Montgomery for the layup.
Quick inbound pass there by Holston. Montgomery almost missed it, but he threaded it right through there.
21-15, Toulson with it, wing right side. Anything in front court is in his range. He gives it up to Olson, and Olson's bumped and fouled by Holston. So the referee's starting to whistle a little of the incidental contact. 10 minutes and 4 seconds to go. 15th foul on Chicago State. Kevin Woods will come in for Josh Olson. Kevin Woods, one of those players out of Chicago. Look for him. In the game in Chicago, he kind of tried to do a little bit too much because he was going against some of his old playground buddies. See if he can settle in and get into his routine. Down low, Brady going to the glass, missed the shot. And the rebound controlled by Walton. Walton hands it off now to Wilson, who will bring it out of backcourt. Chicago State definitely has a lot of guys that can handle the basketball. Kevin Jones with it, foul line extended right wing. Back to the top of the key, it comes to Christian Wall, who's checked in for Holston right now. To Jones, who penetrates to the free throw line, hands it off to Wilson. Pretty hook pass down low to Montgomery. His pass is knocked off the back of the backboard out of bounds. It was tipped by the Wolverines with 11 seconds on the shot clock. So Chicago State will keep it underneath their own basket. And just a moment ago, they scored on an inbounds play from this exact spot on the floor. Ball comes into Jones. Jones hands it back to Wilson. Wilson's going to launch a long three that's no good, and the rebound comes to Swarbrick. Swarbrick ahead to Kevin Woods. Woods will hop across the timeline. Belt high dribble. Going left to right. Cut off there by Wall. Woods keeps the dribble alive. Now hands it off to Jordan Brady at the top. Keeps swinging over to Swarbrick. Swarbrick foul line extended left wing. Now to Toolson. Toolson fakes right, goes left, steps back. Got his man in the air but can't draw the foul, so they'll hand it back now to Woods straight away. 9 on the shot clock for Utah Valley. Woods dribbles, pull up, fires a long three that's good. Kevin Woods' first three-point basket of the year.
You know, that was just coming off a pick and roll. He shot that ball with confidence, came off, shot clock was running down, knew he had to shoot, but beautiful release, made the shot.
21-18, Chicago State on top. Kevin Jones with the basketball, just pounding into the floor 30 feet away. Swarbrick jumps in and almost comes up with Hill, and in fact he does. Swarbrick out of backcourt to the glass, scoops and scores. Swarbrick with 3, and the Wolverines pull within 1 now off the steal and the basket by Swarbrick.
Great defense there by Swarbrick, one of the team's best perimeter defensive players there, and he comes up with a steal and a bucket.
Walking the ball out of backcourt is Mike Wilson. Wilson now to Jones, right in front of our broadcast booth. Foul line extended, right wing. He's going to launch a long three, no good. Wild shot, and early in the shot clock, and Toolson rebound. Toolson brings it out of backcourt to Troyer. Troyer's going to penetrate right to left. Pretty pass, down low to Brady, who'll reverse to the left side and lay it up and in. Pretty assist from Troyer, and then Brady put it down, and the Wolverines recapture the lead at 22-21.
Nice little run there put together by the Wolverines. I think Chicago State settled for some bad shots. Wolverines capitalized on that, as well as Jordan Swarbrick's great defense on the perimeter. Nice run there for the Wolverines, 7 unanswered points.
It's a little 30-second timeout here, so we'll keep it here. Wolverines on a 7-0 run to take the 1-point lead. Portions of this game brought to you by Utah Community Credit Union, along with Jones Paint and Glass. Remember, when you hear the crash, think of Jones Paint and Glass. Wolverine.
13. I'm standing here with Caden Brandon. He's 13 years old. Why do you come to the games?
Just to watch him play.
Who's your favorite player?
I just like everybody.
All right, we have a bunch of fans here, old and young, watching the Wolverines play. Back to you on the sidelines.
Sideline report. Wolverines will be on defense with 7:55 to go. Next loose ball, or next time ball goes out of bounds or dead ball, it'll be another timeout. Holston back into the game. Give it to Walton. Gets Troyer in the air and then takes him to the glass and draws the foul. Troyer left his feet. The Cardinals in and then has to catch up by holding and gets called for the foul.
Pretty good defense there. Steve, one thing I want to say maybe before we go to a quick media timeout is I thought as Holston comes back in, Josh Olson's not on the court. It'll be important for Kevin Woods to keep up the same intensity that Josh Olson had early on in the game.
No question about it. 7:44 to go in the first half. Utah Valley on top of the Chicago State Cougars, 22-21. We'll be back in a moment.
I used to care about college sports. I mean, I go to a game or two, but it's mainly for social reasons, But now things are different.
And how has green fever affected your school spirit?
Are you kidding me? I never miss a sporting event, home or away. You got NCAA baseball, softball, basketball, cross country, golf, track and field, wrestling, soccer, volleyball. I'm keeping stats. I'm memorizing stats. I'm memorizing numbers. I'm dreaming about numbers. I'm dreaming about Wolverines. I just bought a pet Wolverine. It tore my dad's favorite chair. It was wicked awesome.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's pretty cool. Me? No, I don't play sports. I wouldn't want to make the athletes envious. I don't mess around, man.
Back here on the radio television simulcast, Dave.
See here in our Papa John's replay, Richard gets good middle penetration and does a little no-look bounce pass there to Jordan Brady for the easy layup there.
Nice play again, thanks to Papa John's for our television instant replay. Jordan Brady with 8 points after that nice assist from Troyer. Again, in the first game between these two teams, he only scored 2 and only came down with 3 rebounds. He's already well over that right now. Cantrell to Holston, and they'll jump out and slow him down. Holston has it knocked away by the quick hands of Kevin Woods, but it goes over to Mike Wilson. Wilson gets pounding the ball to 4 straight away. Now back to Cantrell. Cantrell to Holston. He's getting a little anxious. Puts the ball on the floor, step back, jumper on the way, no good. Tip, no good. That tipped up and in. Finally there by Walton. Torrance Walton with the basket.
It looks like, Steve, the Wolverines need a little bit more help on the defensive board. Look, maybe the guards could come down and help rebound a little bit better, not allow so many offensive boards.
23-22, Utah Valley now down by a point. With the ball, Woods hands it off to Toulton. He's been quiet, scored 4 early, but hasn't really even got a shot up for the last 6-7 minutes. Woods with it, looking down low to Toulton, who's posted up. Instead, they go to Swarbrick. He'll put up a shot that's blocked and a foul on Cantrell, which will be a big foul because that's John Cantrell's second personal foul.
We see the replay here. Jordan Swarbrick, along with Jordan Brady, playing very aggressive. Nice take to the basket, couldn't go all the way, so he pulled up for a nice middle game jumper, got fouled on the shot.
You know, Dave, I think judging from the first game, Coach Hunsaker really believes that his wing players, Jordan Brady, Swarbrick, can beat people off the dribble because we're seeing that a lot here in the first half.
Yeah, and I love the aggressiveness that Swarbricks came into the game with. He's not afraid to put the ball on the floor, and he's out there being active on defense as well. He's putting in some good minutes here for the Wolverines.
Swarbrick's free throw's good, and he ties the score at 23. Again, want to thank Bob Morey back at K-Star 1400, our home of Wolverine basketball on the radio. He's doing a great job getting in us out of commercials. Free throw no good by Swarbrick. Hit 1 of 2, and Wilson brings the ball out of backcourt. Toulton on him, popping out, and a whistle down low, and they're going to call a foul down low on Walton, I believe. So Wolverines will get it on the offensive foul called on Walton.
Maybe get a little bit of replay. I don't think we see it. It's foul right there. I think they called a moving screen on Walt. We weren't able to catch the end of it, but I think called him for an illegal block.
Ball comes into Toulton, and guys, Toulton's really been quiet, like we say. I think it's been 10 minutes since he's even shot the ball. So Chicago State really doing a nice defensive job on Toulton. Woods yo-yoing the dribble, works off to the right wing, penetrates all the way to the glass, hangs in the air, throws up a wild shot, no good, but Troyer gets the rebound. Kicks it back out to Toulton in deep three-point territory on the right wing. Toulton looking to come free, penetrates, now steps back, can't get the shot off, however. Cross court to Troyer, he'll fire a three that's around and out, no go, and it goes back in. Oh, how did that go in? Troyer now with 5.
That was one of those shooter's touch, that shooter's bounce that went in there for Rich.
Bounce, that thing went up 4 feet in the air and then settled back through the net. Wilton with it, wing left side, and he's going to be called for palming the basketball. So some sloppy play all of a sudden by Chicago State. Wolverines right now on a 11-2 run to grab a 3-point lead. Woods with it, and again walking the ball up court. I liked it when it was fast tempo to begin with. Now both teams settle into a half-court offense. Top to keep Brady, hands it off to Kevin Woods. Back to Brady straight away. Again, he puts the ball on the floor, but it's called for traveling.
Ryan Toulton was getting ready to come off a backside double stagger there, and Brady got a little over anxious and put the ball on the floor. A little too quick.
Brady came down and had a little talk with the referee, but I thought he traveled. Holston out of backcourt, waiting for him to heat up. The battle between Holston and Toulton has not gotten off the ground yet. Holston palming the basketball, hands it to Walton. Now foul's going to be called on Toulton as he runs into Chicumba, and the foul on Toulton.
And Toulton had to run back and across the court 2 or 3 times. I was watching them, and Chicago Staters, they're checking him every time he walks across. You see there, Chicumba gets a little shoulder into him, and he had to go through about 4 of those this possession.
This game might be determined by who gets their superstar off the ground going first. Inbounding the ball is Wall, right in front of our broadcast booth. Hands it to Wilson. Quick snap pass down low to Chicumba, and he missed the shot. Rebound comes to Troyer. Troyer to Woods. Down court quickly to Brady. Brady steps back, hands it to Troyer, looking right down the barrel, fires it up and in. Troyer with 8. And the Wolverines extend the lead to 6, their largest of the ball game at 29-23. Here's a steal now by Toulton, and a quick foul, saving a short 2 points. Foul on Wilton will put Chicago State over the limit, and I thought it might save a short 2 points, but it will send Toulton to the line for a 1-and-1.
You know, Steve, maybe not talking about Ryan's free throws right now, but I think you're exactly right on the defensive end, what David just talked about. Chicago State is running our defensive perimeters off a number of screens. We're doing a very good job of chasing those screens and getting around and playing pretty good defense on the perimeter players. It's just a lot of chasing on the defensive end.
Toolson really having a hard time getting any rhythm on the offensive end. Sometimes you go to the free throw line and feel that rhythm and then score a couple of quick field goals. He hits both free throws, and it's 31-23. Out of backcourt with the basketball is Holston. Back to the top of the key now to Walton. Walton penetrates, and a whistle and another foul, and this one's going to be called on Richard Troyer. Referees are starting to call this game, I think, much, much too close. It's not going to be any fun for the fans if they're just calling these touch fouls. Foul on Troyer will be his second, and will probably send him to the bench with 4:42 to go here in the first half of play. And in fact, Comenda's coming in.
Yeah, both teams are going to now be in the bonus for the rest of the half. Last 4:42 of the first half. Free throws will play a big role in the end of this half.
So Troyer goes out with 8 points, hitting back-to-back threes to give the Wolverines the lead. Walton, a 68% free throw shooter, and a free throw around and out, no good. And Comenda steals it away from Brady. Brady looked upset at him.
Hey, a game last year, me and Brady were fighting for balls like that, so I know Brady knows that he wish he would have had that rebound.
Brady didn't want Comenda to come all the way across the lane and beat him to the ball, but he did that time. With it is Swarbrick in the corner to Olsen. He's going to launch a three that's no good. Skips across the iron, and Swarbrick gets the rebound. Back out to Toolton, fakes right, goes left, steps in, goes all the way to the glass, hooks it up with the right hand. A wild shot, no good. That's a little impatience showing right there by Ryan. Holston out of backcourt, all the way to the glass. He'll scoop and score, and I think they'll call a foul. The outside ref calling a foul, and the basket is good by Holston. I'm not sure what the foul is. Holston now with 5. He's able to hit the circus layup, and Ryan was not able to hit it. Here you'll see Holston on our Papa John replay going all the way to the glass, splitting the defenders and flipping it up and in.
You know, Steve, in the past couple minutes, the tempo's picked up a little bit. You know, you were wishing for that. I think the tempo picked up, starting to see a little bit more action, a little bit more rhythm for both teams offensively.
Still not sure what they called there. Wolverines bring it out of backcourt, Toolton with it. Toolton now to the top key to Olsen. Fire that thing up, Josh. You're a good shooter, wide open. They don't guard you. Hands it off to Toolton, penetrate, falling away, 16-footer, around and out, back in again. Toolton getting the roll. He's got 8. 33-25, Utah Valley up by 8. Top the key now with the basketball is Wall. Wall hands it back to Holston. Boy, this kid quick. Stops on a dime, steps back, fires a long three. It's off the back iron, no good. Neither Toolton or Holston finding their range and rhythm yet. 3:20 to play in the half with the Wolverines up by 8 and the ball. Out of backcourt, Olsen now to Comenda. Comenda yo-yo on the dribble, and a foul down low is going to be called on Chicago State. Again, an off-the-ball foul. And this one might be on Holston. No, they call it on Wall. Christian Wall gets the foul. But before we shoot the free throws, we're going to have a media timeout. 3:12 to go. Utah Valley on top by 8 at 33-25. We'll take a timeout and come back in a moment with the Wolverines shooting free throws.
I'm Destiny, and I'm a dancer. I don't practice until I get it right. I practice till I can't get it wrong.
Hi, I'm Devin, and I'm a rock climber. And I never stop reaching for the top.
I'm Kyle. I play the guitar. I love playing the guitar because it's tough, but I don't do drugs.
And I don't drink alcohol.
I don't have to.
87% of Utah County teens don't use tobacco, alcohol, and other drugs. 70% of them never even tried. So play hard, play clean, live a drug-free life.
Back here in the beautiful McKay Center, we're going to a replay, Matt.
Yeah, that was the play that Ryan Toolson had sort of a skip pass over to Richard Troyer. Rimmed in and out, went, as you said, Steve, about 4 feet in the air and came right back through. As David said, that's the shooter's touch. I know that's what Richard will be claiming.
Papa John's replays. I want to thank Papa John's. I'll tell you, great pizza, by the way. They supply us pizza here before the ball game, and it's, boy, it's good. Going to the line will be Toolson. I'm not sure he was fouled. Again, it was an off-the-ball foul. But Toolson will quickly go to the line after the timeout, and I'm not sure anybody would notice if it was him or not anyway. Free throw by Ryan is good. You know, I sometimes wonder when you go to a timeout if coaches even catch who really goes to the free throw line after a minute or 2 minute break. Toolson hits both free throws, becomes the first player in double figures now with 10 points. 35-25, Utah Valley by 10. Holston out of backcourt, steal by Holston. Holston raising out of backcourt, taking it on Holston to the glass, and lays it up and in. And oh, is that pretty basketball to watch Josh Holston just flying in and Dave using those legs.
And Josh is high enough to dunk it. I don't know why he just didn't turn the ball over and dunk it at the end.
He did that at New Jersey, I'll tell you, it surprised me. Here's a near steal by Swarbrick. With the basketball, just yo-yo on the dribbles, Cantrell hands it to Holston. Holston dribbles and penetrates. Back to Wall. Wall hands it to Cantrell. Cantrell scored early, and that's been quiet. Now in the lane, a little floating jumper is good by Cantrell.
Nice spin move, got deep penetration there on the Wolverines. Just turned, faced the basket, and shot up over the defenders. Beautiful move there from Cantrell.
Wolverines still up by 10. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half. Swarbrick with it right at the free throw line. Down low, in good position is Brady. Fakes right and then spins left. Uses the backboard and he moves into double figures with 10.
Brady there caught the ball in great position right underneath the goal and kind of bodied Chakuba down there a little bit.
Here's an outside steal on the perimeter by Swarbrick. It goes to Toolson. Toolson to the glass. He'll lay it up and in. He wasn't going to pass it to Swarbrick, who really created the steal. Toolson now with 12. 41-27, Utah Valley down early, but now up by 14. Still first half, 1:40 to play. Defensively, Wolverines man-to-man has really slowed this Chicago State team down, and I think it's caught them by surprise because they played zone the first go-around. Now a reach-in foul by Swarbrick will be Jordan's second personal foul, 1:32 to go.
You know, and Steve, that right there is totally unnecessary. Maybe we'll see this replay here. Jordan has no reason to reach like that. That's definitely a foul. He's out on the three-point line. There's just no reason to commit a silly foul like that. He might be coming out right now because of it.
Well, he's got 2 fouls. 1-1 on the way. Free throw is no good. Rebound controlled by Walton. So the Wolverines can't box off and lose the rebound. Chicago State needing a little rally here to close out the half. Holston comes free off a screen and fires a 3 that's good. Holston with 8. Quickly the other way, Commenda makes a tough catch, hands it to Toolson in the lane, all the way to the glass, stops on a dime, floats it up and in with the underhand scoop. Toolson with 14. Poor defense right now by Chicago State, allowing the penetration. 43-30. 1 minute to play in the half. Wilson with it straight away. Bring it off to Holston. Stops, penetrates all the way to the glass. It's poked away from behind and goes to Commenda. Now to Holston. Holston down court to Brady. Taking it in from the right side, left side. He'll hang and lay it up and in. 12 now for Brady.
Beautiful pass ahead. That's just nice fast break offense. Jordan had pretty much a 4-on-1. Beautiful pass ahead from Josh.
Jordan Swarbrick's going to be called for the foul on the perimeter. Wolverines had Kevin Woods sitting there waiting to come in for him, and Jordan, because of the missed free throw, they couldn't make the substitution, and then Swarbrick picks up his 3rd personal foul. They would have had him out had Chicago State made the last free throw, but when they missed it, they had to play on, and Jordan finally picks up his 3rd foul. At the line, Walton to shoot a 1-and-1. Free throw on the way is good. So Walton hits the free throw. He's got 5 now. Going out is Cantrell with 2 personal fouls. That's a good substitution. Walton's free throw on the way. He got that one. Walton with 6. 45-32. Full court pressure. Wolverines should go for one final shot. Ball brought into front court by Kevin Woods, and they'll slow it down and just run this one out. Usually it'll be the guy dribbling the ball right now that'll end up taking the final shot. That might try to get into Toolson's hands, and they do. Now, don't expect Toolson to get rid of the ball. 5-second counts on. Now they take it off. They know they're not going to foul Toolson. Just yo-yo on the dribble, faking right, going left. Now he gets rid of it to Olsen. Under 10 to play. Olsen being guarded by Walt. Olsen penetrates over to Kevin Woods. Explodes the glass, hangs, and draws the foul with 2.1 seconds to go. Woods was able to just kind of hang in the air and wait for the contact. On our Papa John's replay, there's the pass over to Woods. As he penetrates, he's able to hang just long enough to draw the personal foul. You'll see it better right here. Well, actually, that looked like a pretty good block. A little hand maybe, but Woods to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First one is good.
Yeah, credit Kevin there for pretty good penetration, taking the ball up strong. I don't know, Steve, I agree with you. It didn't look like much of a foul, but he's at the line.
You get 2 players there trying to block a shot, and the referees will usually make the call, whether it's right or wrong. Free throw is good. He hit both free throws. Chicago State trying to get a substitute in, or the coach wanted an explanation. Wolverines by 15, 2 seconds to go. Don't want any fouls here. Watch Holston breaking free. He's got the ball, and Toolson knocks it out of bounds and taking a real gamble right there. If Holston had kept dribbling, he might have picked up the foul from Toolson. Toolson gets away with one right there. We're going to halftime. Utah Valley on top by 15. It started out slow for the Wolverines. They trailed at one time, 21-15, and then they run off with a nice stretch in the final 10 minutes to build a 15-point lead as they try to get a little revenge. A team, Chicago State, that defeated this team, Wolverine team, earlier this year.
Yeah, Steve, I think defensively has been the key so far, playing great perimeter defense. You know, we'll talk about the stats, I'm sure, at halftime. David Holston only 8 points right now. Look for him to probably come out very strong in the second half, but I thought they've done very well, played strong on the defensive end.
We're going to take a timeout. Utah Valley State College leading the Chicago State Cougars 47-32 at half. We'll take a break and come back in a couple of minutes.
We're in the automotive department, and if you like working on cars, you want a job fixing cars, you enjoy playing with your car, that's why you'd want to come back.
The programs at Utah Valley State in the automotive department have some unique things about them. We've got a street rod program, we've got a collision repair program, an automotive program, and a diesel program.
Some of the attributes I believe that students need coming into this program are the ability to like to work with their hands, be able to get down and dirty per se.
I think one of the main attributes the student has to have if he's coming in from high school into our program, number one, you've got to be willing to work. Number two, you're going to have good employable skills. That means you've got to be willing to get up and be there. You know, 90% of the whole gig is showing up. If you can just show up, we'll just open the cranium and pour in the knowledge.
We try to teach students the full gamut of the repair of the automobile.
We teach the students how a system works, how a component works. Then they can take that knowledge of how the system and how the components work and apply it across any of the manufacturers, be it domestic, imported from Japan or Europe. It doesn't make any difference.
Things the students will take is they'll take transmissions, brakes, gear train, like I said, the tune-ups and the engines, and steering and suspension are the areas that they take in first year. And then second year is those again, but a lot more electricity and a lot more hands-on.
The fact that we have a 4-year program available to them in tech management to give them the opportunity to possibly go into a management role is one of the things that we feel is a base or a plus to our program.
What set UVSC's program apart from others is the opportunity to work on live vehicles. In the second year program, we run a shop, very similar to what the students will experience when they go to work. Other programs, they never get that opportunity. They're always working on lab vehicles or dead units or systems that just simulate instead of a real vehicle. We have over 50,000 square feet of indoor training facilities. We have millions of dollars of training aids and equipment. I don't think you can go anywhere in the United States and have a better facility than we've got. I think the thing that sets us apart from other programs is, number one, our faculty. Our faculty, first and foremost, come to us with a wealth of experience.
Teaching is very satisfying. If you can see the light turn on in an individual process that you're trying to teach, you see them grasp that, and then they can take that and apply it onto their vehicle or someone else's, they can turn that into a livelihood. They can make money.
Here at UVSC, I had this idea to go to the salt flats, the world famous Bonneville salt flats. They're just over in Wendover. So I started getting the students involved, and that worked out great. Students got involved, we had fun. We built a 1969 El Camino, and we put a big engine in there, and the students, we did a lot of safety stuff, a lot of body work. We set a land speed record in our class. So right now, as it stands with my group of students, we have the world land speed record in our class.
When a person graduates from this program, there are more jobs available now than I've ever seen before. When we finished last year, we probably had close to 150 job offers, and we had no more students to send to fill those.
Carl, back in the mid-'70s when I was in school, they told us that there was 153 cars per technician on the average nationwide, and it's well more than double that now. You know, they come out of school, they're gonna make $30,000, $40,000 a year, somewhere in that ballpark. But after a couple of years of training and skill on the line, a good technician after 4 or 5 years should be making $60,000 a year plus. And it's not uncommon to see a good technician making anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 a year.
Financially, I've been able to purchase pretty much any toy I wanted. It pays well. So there's lots of opportunity to buy things that you want and go and have fun.
I was jealous. You know, he's getting all this cool stuff, you know, fancy cars and houses and stuff, and I was only making like $8 an hour, you know, working concrete, and I just had enough of that, decided I needed to, you know, get a career, and decided to come into this, and I've made a pretty good living so far, so.
A lot of times it's just a fun way to make a living.
The funnest thing about coming to work every day is I get to come and play every day. If you like cars, if you think it's fun to tinker with cars, you're artistic, and you like to build things with your hands, you will have the time of your life here.
We see the onset of the new technology in cars, but we're always going to have cars. It's an emerging field of technology. It has been for the last 20 years. It just continues to grow and grow and grow. You need to go to school to learn the things about these vehicles and transportation that we use nowadays to be able to be effective in the industry.
Welcome back here at halftime. Once again, score 47-32 for the Wolverines. Maybe let's look ahead for a little bit here. What we can expect in the second half from both the Wolverines and from Chicago State. You know, David, I think a lot of times I watch TV, watch sports, I see that there's a common theme, something that's said a lot is every team makes a run. And I think we're gonna need to look forward to that. Chicago State in this second half will make a run, and it's just how well the Wolverines are gonna have to hold it off.
That's right. They, for the most part, in the first half, most of Chicago State's scores have been a little quiet. Cantrell is 3 for 5 with 6 points only. And you're right, they're liable to make a run. And the Wolverines have to calm and weather the storm and stick to their basics on defense, continue to chase off the screens on defense, and and to pack in the paint. Nothing. Don't give them anything easy. Just force them outside and make them make jump shots.
Yeah, and I know, we've talked so much about the two best players on each team. I think Holston is going to come out and try and score and take it to the basket, get his rhythm back. He is the leading scorer. He's only got 8 points here at halftime. I don't think he's going to be held. I don't think that's going to be his final score. He's going to look to score and shoot more often. So I think that's something that we can look forward to. As far as the Wolverines, shooting very well, 63%. I don't know if they'll be able to keep that up for the entire second half. We'll see. They're shooting the ball really well right now. Look for Chicago State to step up their defense and play the Wolverines a lot tougher.
That's right. Chicago, they're big men. They haven't had a big impact on the game scoring-wise, but rebounding-wise, they've done a great job clogging up the paint, and they've been playing good. They've changed shots on defense. So the big men for Chicago State are doing good, but it's the guards that are going to have to come to life here in the second half.
Guys, I was really quite impressed with John Cantrell. We haven't talked much about him, but he scored 4 early and then got one kind of late to end up with 6 points. But he's another player that can come to life for this Chicago State team, and I think you're going to have a little more from him and Mike Wilson both. Maybe that'll take a little pressure off of Holston and eventually open him up for some shots.
Sure. I think definitely we got to talk about Josh Olson's defense. And even Kevin Woods played Holston for a little bit, but Josh has been incredible, making it hard to get catches, making it hard staying in front of him when he takes the ball to the basket. Josh has just played great defense so far.
We're going to go to a commercial right now, guys, and we'll come back. I think TV's going to join us here again in just a moment. We've got about 5 minutes to go before the start of the second half. Wolverines on top at halftime, 47-32.
Well, I've got green fever just like everyone else. I love green. I eat broccoli and own frogs and dream of leprechauns. It's the coolest!
What makes you feel the need to pretend to have green fever?
Well, it's totally real. Just because I'm different.
I can see the magic marker in your pocket.
I only meant to fit in.
Well, why don't we focus on ways that you can actually get green fever? Like wanting hands-on experience or wanting a degree from UVU that will actually help you in the real world.
I know I shouldn't try so hard to be like everyone else. I just gotta go about it the right way and really learn more about what Utah Valley University can do for me.
Wow. I think Beverly's made some real progress today. We should give Beverly a hand.
Back here in the beautiful McKay Center on TV, you'll see Jarian Toulson running in there for a nice right-handed scoop shot. Our Papa John's replay, but again, TV joining us now. They've been away from us for a little while, guys. Matt, why don't you quickly go over some of the interesting stats of the first half?
Sure. I think Ryan Toulson shot the ball extremely well. Right now he's 5 for 8 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, totaling 14 points. But I said also, I think Jordan Brady's come out with probably some of the best intensity that we've seen from him all year. He's shooting 5 of 8 as well as Ryan, 2 for 3 from the free throw line for 12 points. I think those two have been very key on the offensive end for the Wolverines. There is not one player from Chicago State scoring in double figures, 2 players with 8. That would be Wilson and Holston, and John Cantrell also with 6 points. Look for them to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end.
Jordan Brady coming over to have some words with us. 3 rebounds right now for Jordan Brady. He doesn't believe that. He wants a double-double tonight. He told me he'd get one, so he came over to ask. He's got 3. He's got to go to work. I thought he had more than that, guys. I thought he had 3 in the first 3 or 4 minutes. But Richard Troyer actually leads the Wolverines with 4 rebounds there in the first half. And Rich, as we mentioned, 8 points and 4 rebounds. Brady, 12 and 3. Toulson leading the way for Utah Valley right now with 14 points. He's got a rebound and an assist. Josh Olson with 3 assists, and he's had some really good assist games. Had 10 in our last home game, and then at New Jersey he had 8. So he's gone 18 assists in the last 2 ball games, which is pretty good for Josh Olson, as he should be doing it, leading the team.
This game, he's spending a lot of extra energy on the defensive end trying to chase around David Holston, which he's doing a great job. His feet are always moving, active feet, active hands. and Josh is doing a great job playing the nation's number one scorer.
Steve, one thing too, I think if we can remember back to the beginning of the year, I think that first game against Boise State, how many turnovers we had, it was something like 28 turnovers
in the first half.
Well, we played with a lot of energy. We defended a good job on Holston. He's a heck of a player, but we did a good job of limiting him a little bit. I just thought we had great energy, and we made a lot of shots in that first half.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Coach, on the sidelines there. Pretty happy with the energy that the Wolverines played that first half. He's got to hope that they'll put another good half together, because I'm pretty sure Chicago State's going to come out and put a little rally on the Wolverines here, maybe in the first 5-6 minutes of the second half.
And they better step up their defense, too, because if they allow the Wolverines to score 47 in this next half, they're not going to win.
A portion of this game brought to you by Jones Paint and Glass, along with McKay Center and Orem City. Orem City proud to be helping with Wolverine basketball, especially since Wolverines are now, beginning in July, going to be a university. And Dave, I know you and Matt are both working on your graduation. It's going to be cool to have say, university on your certificate instead of college, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
We're taking it one day at a time, Steve. We're hoping that, that does come someday, but it'll come. We'll get that university degree.
Well, I'm quite surprised you haven't already made it. Being from Logan, I thought you'd graduate early. But
yeah, well, my major's just so hard. I have to take a ton of classes, It's just real difficult.
It helps if you pass them on time, too,
That's true.
Wolverines lead it at half, 47-32. Again, portions of this broadcast brought to you by Magabee's Fresh, located in Provo on University Avenue and out in Spanish Fork. And while you're out there, stop at MVP Sports, one of the best sporting goods places in all of Utah, located in Spanish Fork, as we mentioned. Also, Village on the Parkway, a proud sponsor of Wolverine basketball. They've got a shuttle to take your student to and from the school every 20 minutes, an indoor pool, 4-bedroom apartments, and it's the place to be if you're a Utah Valley student. We're ready to go. We'll start the second half with Josh Olson, Jordan Brady, Ryan Toolton, Richard Troyer, and Brett Ravenberg. The big guy out of Katy, Texas, will start at center. And Chicago State going with Walton, and Wilson gets the start. We thought he'd start the ball game, and he didn't. He came off the bench. He gets the start here in the second half, along with Holston, Cantrell, and Montgomery. Ball knocked out of bounds. Aggressive defense, and Wolverines turn it right over, right in front of Coach Hunsaker. You don't want to do that. You want to turn the ball over on the opposite side, away from Coach Hunsaker.
Well, Steve, and taking that into account, definitely don't want to turn that ball over. Look at the intensity that they come out with already. First play of the game, get a turnover.
Wilson to Holston, and out on him is Olson. Olson's been living in Holston's uniform, and now he comes free. He's going to fire a long three that's no good. Again, Holston having a hard time finding his rhythm and his range. Ravenberg with the big rebound.
And Holston's going to be firing. He's going to look to get into that early rhythm.
Out of backcourt, Olson with it. Works off to the right wing with a pass to Toolton right in front of our broadcast booth. Left-handed pass now to Troyer, back to Toolton. Quick pass down low to Olson. Has the ball knocked away by the quick hands of Holston. Holston out of backcourt. Delivers a pass in the corner to Wilson, back to Holston. Holston leads the nation in scoring. You wouldn't know that tonight. Now crossover dribble, loses Troyer for a moment, hands it back to Wilson. The scoop in the lane is good by Mike Wilson, dribbling left to right.
Beautiful drive there. Nice hesitation. Got back. Got past Toolson. Brett came over, but wasn't in the proper position for help. Easy layup.
47-34. Olson will bring the ball out of backcourt. He would have scored easily on the last play, but Holton managed to knock the ball away. Olson was going to overpower him, but got the now a whistle on an offensive foul is going to be called on Brady as he extended his arm. Walton on the overplay, and Brady pushed him away. So Brady picks up his first foul of the evening. So slow start for the Wolverines. Chicago State comes out, gets the Wolverines with a couple of turnovers, and now a personal foul. Wilson walking the ball out of backcourt. We played a minute and a half. Near steal by Brady, but Holston saves it on the floor to Wilson. And no look pass down low to Walton, who will use the glass and lay it up and in. Walton with 8. And Coach Dick Hunsaker not happy at all, out at midcourt, taking 30-second timeout, or are they taking it to a full? It is now a full timeout. So we'll take it as well. 18:22 to go in the ball game. Wolverines have come out flat to start the second half, and their lead's down to 11. We'll be back in a moment.
Tell me what time the shows will be on.
I can see UVSC TV.
Wow.
What do you see?
Dancing and sporting events, documentaries, educational lectures, and movies.
Yeah, that's what I want. Could you tell me what the TV schedule is for next week?
Tomorrow's schedule?
I see basketball at 10. No. 1
o'clock.
No. Make that 1.
Documentary
at
3.
3. And concert at 5. And we finish up the night at 10 p.m. with ballroom dancing 2006.
Thank you so much, Madam Green.
30 drachma.
Drachma? What's that?
$30.
Jeez, what a ripoff.
Save your drachma. See UVSC's TV schedule at uvsc.edu/TV.
47-36, Utah Valley on top by 11. Wolverines been outscored 4-0 to start the second half. They come out of this early second half timeout with the same players. Coach Hunsaker not happy calling an early timeout.
Well, Wolverines come out of the second half with a turnover and then an offensive foul, and Hunsaker calls a timeout and kind of rips into him a little bit there.
In backcourt, Troyer with the basketball, token full court pressure, and finally Olsen will bring the ball across the timeline. Give it to Ravenberg, back to Olsen. Ravenberg came up and was just kind of an outlet pass there at the top of the key. Wolverines again going to run some Toulson off some screens. Toulson wanting to post up now, running the baseline. Pops free at the top of the key. Now on the switch off, Toulson can't get free. Fakes left, pulls up with a jumper on the way. It's soft and good. Toulson with 16. 49-36. Utah Valley with their first 2 of the half extends the lead now to 13. Wilson to Holston. Holston loses the ball. So Holston there defensively, and then Toulson comes up with it and is fouled in backcourt. Comes up holding his finger. You know, he's had trouble with his shooting hand on the thumb, and he's got it jammed again. You're going to see here a nice reach in right here. Actually, just went right off the foot of Holston, and then on the reach in, Toulson gets his hand slapped. See if that affects his shooting. He's holding his thumb a little bit away from the action right now. And now a bad pass by Olsen. Troyer not getting free, and the pass goes right out of bounds. Second time this half they've thrown it to Coach Hunsaker, and that's the wrong guy to throw it to. 49-36, Wilson out of backcourt, works off to the right wing, stays there, foul line extended in three-point territory. Jumps a pass to Holston, steps back, fires a 3. This one's good. Holston, a great shooter, will keep firing. Holston was in his face, but Holston hit the jumper.
Josh did everything he could, chased him off the screen, had a hand up right in his face, and just a better shot.
49-39, cross-court pass comes to Brady into front court, now to Olsen. Olsen's got to protect the ball a little bit better and direct the offense. Straight away, Olsen works now to the left wing and almost throws it away again on the overplay. Same exact play. And jumping into the pass lane is Cantrell. And when is the Wolverines going to learn? They're lucky they didn't turn it over for the 3rd straight time in the same spot on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, geez, Chicago State's picked up the pressure, but you just can't get pushed out that far. They're getting catches that are on the sideline, way past the NBA three-point line.
They act like they know the Wolverines' offense better than the Wolverines do right now. Olsen with it, bounces, pass stolen away. Olsen throws it away. Out of backcourt, Holston with it. Pulls up, kicks a pass over the right wing, into the lane, floating to the glass. Cantrell, lay it up and in. Cantrell, and look out, here comes the Cougars. 49-41, Olsen out of backcourt. 4 turnovers this half after playing a pretty good first half. With the basketball, Brady back to the basket in the low block. He'll go in and get called for the offensive foul again, extending his arm. Another offensive foul and another turnover. Brady with 2 on the replay, on a Papa John's replay. You'll see Brady trying to be a little bit too strong. No question about the call, maybe a little acting, but you got to make that call.
Yeah, he kind of put his shoulder into him. Crowd didn't like it. You see there, number 34, Terrence Walton just took that right in the chest, fell down. Jordan's just got to be a little bit more careful than that on the post.
He hit him with the shoulder and then extended his arm. A pretty easy call for the official. 49-41. With the ball, Wilson, underhand pass, and coming across the lane to block the shot was Brady, but he's going to be called for his 3rd foul. Brady had no fouls at half, and now he's got 3. Here's a pretty underhand pass right now over to Walton, who was grabbed and fouled. In the act of shooting, Walton will shoot 2.
And Mike Wilson does the great move on the outside, a little left to right crossover. Gets in the lane and and Walton's man came over to help. And Walton gets the offense, gets fouled there and goes to the line.
That's 9 points for Walton as he hits the free throw. He is the only one, along with Cantrell, that's even shot a free throw tonight for Chicago State. Cantrell's fired up one. Second one is good by Walton. Walton now with 10 points. 49-43. A 15-point lead is down to 6. 15 at half. Woods now brings the ball across the timeline. Brady's got to be careful. He's picked up 3 fouls in less than 3 minutes here. Troyer pops free at the wing right side, jumps it down the low block to Swarbrick. Toolton trying to come free off a screen, reverses the free throw line, leans in, can't get free, back to Swarbrick, 15-foot, using the glass jumper, no good, and the rebound controlled by Walt. Chicago State has picked it up defensively. Lob pass intended for Cantrell, he can't get it, but the ball comes free, right to Montgomery, who will lay it in.
You know, Steve, it's interesting. I think when you struggle a little bit on defense, you give up easy buckets. It couldn't come any easier on that play than that bucket.
Again, transition defense hurt the Wolverines. Toolton at the top to key. Toolton works the ball left to right. Now back to Troyer. He's going to fire a long three. That's wild, no good. Woods gets a rebound. He can't convert the layup, but was fouled on the shot. Could have easily been a 2-and-1. You're going to see a wild shot here by Troyer. For those on TV, crashes off the backboard, comes right to Woods, who was in the right place at the right time. And Woods will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. The reach-in foul on Wilson will be his second. But first, we have a media timeout. 15-10 to go here in the ball game, and the Wolverines' 15-point lead is down to 4. 49-45. We'll come back in a moment. Back here on the campus of Utah Valley, here for those on TV, you'll see Woods getting a loose ball rebound there and then reaching in and getting the foul. Woods will come to the line to shoot 2. Wild shot that time by Troyer, and the Wolverines offensively, I'm not joking, Chicago State acts like they know the Wolverines plays before they're even being called out.
Yeah, they're playing with great intensity, a lot quicker, a lot more speed. As you can tell, they've cut the lead. Wolverines have scored 2 points already, as opposed to Chicago State's 13. So they've picked up their defensive intensity. Wolverines are going to have to be much more crisp on the offensive end.
Free throw by Kevin Woods rattles in. He's got 6, the freshman out of Bloomington, Illinois. You know Chicago State's not going to go away when they've played the likes of Indiana, Alabama, Michigan State, Drake, New Mexico State, Northridge, and Miami. I mean, that's a pretty good schedule, and they've faced the best, and they're not going to go away easy tonight. 51-45 after Woods hits both free throws. Top the key with the basketball is Walton. Drives, hangs in the air, gives it off to Cantrell. Pretty underhand pass to Walton, working the baseline, and Walton will lay it up and in.
Cantrell, beautiful pass, gets the Wolverines up in the air and just gives a little dump pass down there to Walton.
51-47, Woods out of backcourt. Pounding the ball to the floor, looking at cutters. It comes to Toolton. Quick release for 3, no good. Missed it again. Again, a little bit quick getting it up. Out of backcourt, Holson. He'll pull up and fire a 3. It's no good, and the rebound comes to Troyer. So the 2 aces both missed. Length of the court to Swarbrick. Coming in, missed the shot, but gets fouled and tumbles to the ground. He's fine. He'll jump up. Foul's going to be whistled on Mike Wilson, who's number 3. He picks up the 3rd foul. Dave, here's the replay. You'll see on Papa John, not much of a foul there. Swarbrick kind of losing his balance, but you have to make that call. It definitely was the reason for the miss, and to the line will be Swarbrick to shoot 2. 14-25 to go in the contest. Wolverines trying to win their 6th game in a row. Swarbrick's free throw is good. He's got 5 now. He's been to the line 1, 2, 3, 4. That was his 5th attempt. This will be his 6th free throw of the evening.
He's made all of them so far, is that right?
Missed, actually, no.
Oh.
He's missed 2.
What game is David watching?
I don't know. Second free throw by Swarbrick is good.
Just such a good shooter, I thought he would make all the free throws.
So Wolverines extend the lead now to 6, and Brady leads. Holston will bring the ball out of backcourt. Crowd getting excited behind us. Top to Key Holston. Works with Woods into the lane, then backs it out to Cantrell, and Cantrell going down the lane is called for traveling. So the Wolverines finally cause a turnover and will get it back.
You know, Steve, I think the Wolverines got a break there. I don't know if that didn't look like traveling to me. I thought he passed the ball before he came down after he jumped in the air, but fortunate for the Wolverines to get the call there.
Coach Benji Taylor agreeing with you. I'm talking to the referee about it. It was close, no question about it. Ravenberg with it, squares up, looking right down the barrel of the free throw line, hands it off to Toulton. Toulton, quick pass down low to Troyer, and reaching over his back to commit the personal foul is going to be Carl Montgomery. His second. And actually, they say it's his third. I missed one in my scorebook. Wolverines will inbound. 4th team foul on Chicago State. Ball comes into Toulton off the inbounds play, fires a shot and misses it. Having a hard time getting going. Rebound to Swarbrick, off balance, leaning, no good. Slice swatted away, goes to Cantrell. Looks left, goes right with a pass to, who was that coming in from the right side for the layup? I think that was Wall coming in from the right side. I didn't even know he checked into the ball game, but what a pretty pass.
Ravenberg was hot on his trail, looking for the block from behind, was there, just not even half a second late, but almost had the block there by Ravenberg.
53-49, Utah Valley leading up by 4. Out of backcourt, Woods with it. Dribbles all the way to the glass, goes high, and then slice swatted away by Chakumba. And here comes Wall all the way down, laying up and then counted, and he's fouled on the play. The block on the one end and the transition offense scoring the goal for Wall. He's got 4 and a chance at the three-point play. The old-fashioned way. He'll try and earn it with a free throw.
You know, I think, Steve, Chicago State has earned those past 2 buckets with their defense. Great blocks, you know, just great defense turns into their transition where they've got 2 easy layups. And, you know, Wall going here to the free throw line, as you said, for the three-point play. Unnecessary foul there. You cannot foul there. You cannot send him to the line at that time.
Free throw on the way, around and out. The game remains tied. That's right, tied. Wolverines led it at halftime. 47-32, but they've been outscored here. Chicago State's put 21 points up to only 6 for the Wolverines. Olsen for 3, off the back iron, no good. Troyer tries to save it, but he saves it on the floor to Cantrell, and here comes Chicago. To Holston, stops on a dime, fires a 3, no good, tip once, no good, and finally Ravenberg rips the rebound down. Length of the court pass comes to Troyer. Back to Swarbrick, and it's knocked away. Oh, Troyer had a wide open lane to the glass, and here comes Chicago State. Holston down the lane. Underhand scoop pass to Walton, who'll lay it up and in, and Chicago has the lead.
And it happened so quick. All you need, it takes for a couple seconds for Chicago to go on a fast break, and here they are with the lead, with the lead by 2, 55-53.
You know, Steve, maybe I can make a quick point here before we go to a timeout. Wolverines shooting 51% right now. Chicago State shooting 56%. They have increased their field goal percentage here in the second half. That's why they have the lead. It's incredible. Wolverines were shooting over 60% at halftime, and Chicago State was shooting 48%. Look at the percentages now. It's amazing. That's where they've made up their scoring.
Don't know when we'll get the updated stats, but the Wolverines had 5 turnovers at half. I think they've had at least 4 here, and then they've missed their shots, but several of them have been blocks, which have resulted in early offense for Chicago State. Maybe the worst thing that can happen is the missed shot is one thing, but to have it blocked, it usually results. You'll see here Chakumba with an easy block, and here goes Chicago State on the Papa John's replay running the floor for the basket.
Their guards, all 3 of their guards are so quick for Chicago State that they can fast break in a couple seconds and they're already all the way down the court.
They've still got 53 all on the board. It should be 55-53. I think their Chicago State coach is asking, but it should be 55-53. They haven't changed that on the board yet, and it should be 55-53.
It looks like it's going to stay that way, Steve. I thought maybe they gave an extra bucket. Maybe that's what happened.
No, they didn't even count the basket or
yeah,
the foul.
I
they
think
took it
before
away.
that they might have counted. They might have given him an extra bucket. The referee just said that they had it that way in the book. So.
Well, did you count the basket? That's what I was wondering. Here's down low. Olsen lays it up and in. I think they called the foul. I thought it was a 2-and-1. I thought Wall was scoring the hoop and getting fouled, but now Olsen comes back. He's got 6. 55-53. Utah Valley on top. I'm not sure that's correct, but that's what they've got. Here's a three-pointer by Holston that's good, and then Holston takes an elbow from Olsen, and the two guys are going to say, cool it. Referee's talking to both of them after the three-pointer by Holston gives him 14.
What a three there by Holston. Little jab step. Looks Josh right in the eyes and then shoots the three right over him. He kind of has probably a few words for him there afterward.
56-55, a whistle and a foul, and they're going to call it on Wall away from the action. Wolverine, they saw a little bit of contact and some elbows flying. Now maybe the referees are going to tighten it up.
Yeah, especially with that call was Ryan Toulson was running off a screen, got held up. They're going to be calling that with that last warning there from one of the referees.
Ball comes into Olsen, who elevates and then goes up and misses the shot from point-blank range. Rebound comes to Chicago State out of back court. Is Cantrell in the corner. He kicks it to Wall for 3. It's good again. Wall now with 5. I think he should have 7 because they took a basket away from him. And Chicago State on top by 4. 59-55. And what a turnaround. Ravenberg with it straight away. Now to Toulson. Toulson with Wall out, bumping him. No harm, no foul. Back to Woods. Woods now to Olsen, who pops out at the top, the key on their left angle. Step backs and hands it to Troyer straight away. Toulson cuts down the lane. It goes instead to Olsen. Step back 3 on the way short, no good. Rebound knocked all the way back out to Olsen by Troyer. Now to Toulson, 16-footer around and out, and he's fouled. Foul on Wall will send Toulson to the line for 2. I think we'll have our media timeout right here. And Toulson's already going to the bench, and that's right. Media timeout. 11.
Wolverine, lights out.
And now, your Utah Valley Wolverines.
Come join the action-packed, high-energy entertainment and sharp shooting of Utah Valley men's basketball. Season tickets available now. Lights Out 2007.
Seatbelt laws in Utah are strictly enforced.
Sir, for your expired registration today, I'm just going to give you a warning on that. But for not wearing your seatbelt, I'm going to issue a citation.
If you are not wearing your seatbelt, you will get a ticket. Click It or Ticket supports the Zero Fatalities campaign, a goal we can all live with.
You want to get his attention?
59-55, Utah Valley down here in the ball game. 59-55 as Radio joins us now. Wolverines down now by 4 after leading by 15 at half. Wow, what a turnaround. Wolverines have scored 8 points this half compared to 27 for Chicago State. Still confused about what happened on that one play because I think they've taken a basket away from Chicago State. My scorebook has them with 29 points this half. Toulson to the line to shoot 2 as he was fouled in the act of shooting just before that media timeout. Chicago State, they get the up-tempo going and they can be tough to stop.
They're all shooting threes real well and they're so quick out there.
Toulson hits the free throw. Toulson now with 17 points. We'll get another one. Coming into the ball game will be Mike Wilson back in. Going out is Cantrell. Free throw good by Toulson. Set 18 now for Ryan. And Holston will walk the ball out of backcourt. Holston with 14. 2 now starting to heat up. Holston. Here's Yo-Yo on the dribble. Little stutter step move. Steps back and looks and gives it to Hall. Hall just hit Wall. Wall just hit a three-pointer a moment ago. Crossover goes by Toolton, leans in, throws up a wild shot, no good. But the foul's going to be on Toolton, who was beat on the dribble. And Toolton will pick up his second personal foul.
You know, it's hard there, Steve. I think Chicago State tried to spread the court a little bit. Wall was able to penetrate to the middle, as we see the replay coming up here. Josh Olson was on the wing there, but he's guarding a shooter out there on the wing. He can't exactly come in and help as much as he would like. So maybe Chicago State is going to do that, spread the court, look to drive, and then penetrate to open shooters.
Wall hits the free throw. He's got 6. And Wolverines going to a 3-guard lineup now as Kevin Woods and Olson and Toolton are all in the game at the same time. Both free throws are good. 61-57. Both teams trade 2 free throws apiece. Olson goes down the lane, throws one high off the backboard, no good. Tipped by Troyer, no good. Troyer gets it back. Little floater in the lane, no good. Ravenberg tips, no good. And the ball pulled out of there by Walton. Hands it off to Holston. Holston bringing the ball out of backcourt. Pull up, fires a G3 that's around and out, no good. Rebound controlled inside by Chakumba. Back now to Wilson, and Wilson drives into the lane, and they're going to call a jump ball. And so on the alternate possession, Chicago State will keep it.
You know, Steve, Chicago State looks so quick when they're driving and penetrating. Wolverine guards are having a hard time keeping up with them.
With the basketball right now, the inbound will be Holston. Holston looks for someone to come free, and finally lobs it right to Toolton. Toolton down court to Brady, running the floor, going down the lane to the glass and floating it up and in. Brady with 14 off a bad inbound pass. The Wolverines convert on the turnover. 61-59. Wilton out of backcourt to Holston. Holston, stutter step move. He's got Woods dancing all around him. Back to Wall, swinging over to the left wing to Wilson. Wilson dribbles to the top of the key. Olson stays in front of Wilson. In the corner it goes to Wall. Actually, that's not Wall, that's Walton. Walton jumps a pass, it goes right to Brady. Wolverines on the run out. Look out for Olson coming down the lane to the glass. He'll scoop and score. Tie the score with his 8 points.
Great play there by Josh, looking for contact, and he's all the way close to the rim after he jumps up there for that layup that, you know, the defensive man wasn't even in sight.
Wilson bringing the ball out of backcourt. Game tied at 61 all. Wolverines led by 15 at half. We're under 10 to play. Wilson bumped and fouled. I think they're not going to call the foul. They're going to call the timeout on Chicago State. I think calls time. Yes, they just called the time. They didn't call the bumping foul. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. I want to thank some of our sponsors. But first, you'll see Josh Olson exploding. Boy, he's got great leaping ability. Goes high and lays it in softly off the glass. Portion of this game brought to you by Mr. Mack, located in University Mall, along with Village on the Parkway. Don't forget Jones Paint Glass. Boy, they've been a staple on our broadcast for the last 18 years. Want to thank them. Also, Utah Community Credit Union. Maggleby's Fresh, located in Provo and Spanish Fork, along with MVP Sports. And the McKay Center, Utah Valley State University, and Orem City make up a great list of sponsors, and we want to say thanks to all of the sponsors. Chicago State with 18 seconds on the shot clock, bringing the ball into Wilson, now to Holston. With him is Woods. Back to Wilson straight away. 10 on the shot clock. Wilson's out at center court. Here's Yo-Yo on the dribble. Holston stays in front of him. 5 on the shot clock. Holston looks and checks it back to Wilson. They're not going to get a shot off. Shot that now the ball is stolen. Coach Hunsaker rips the coat off. Very upset at the fact that the referees called it. But you know, it was a late whistle. The shot clock had gone off before the steal. I agree with the call. When the whistle blew, they maybe should have let it play, but the shot clock definitely ran out. Good call by the officials.
Coach Hunsaker is furious. Head down, coat off.
You'll see, well, we're not going to see the shot clock, which makes it so important. The steal came, but the shot clock had already run out, and I agree the referee should have stopped play. Coach Hunsaker thought they had a short 2 points taken away. Brady with it at the free throw line. Now steps back in three-point territory and hands it to Troyer. Olson running the baseline. Toolton flashes down the lane. Back now to Brady. Foul line extended right wing. Fakes right, goes left. Leans in, can't come free. He'll hand it to Toolton. Follow-away jumper by Toolton, no good, and a foul by Wall. Toolton turns and talks to the outside ref like, why didn't you call it? Why did the inside ref have to call it? But the inside ref obviously had the better look at the body contact.
Good aggressive move there from Ryan. You know, he going up, I think he looked like he was going to draw some contact, and he sure did. Call from the underneath ref, like you said, Steve. But Chicago State playing pretty tough defense, making life difficult for the Wolverines.
19 for Ryan as he hits the free throw, leading the nation in free throw shooting. Most of his points have come from the line here this evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his 19 points have come from the line. So Ryan will get another one. Averages 23 points on the year. Free throw on the way, good. 20 now for Ryan. 63-61, Wolverines have recaptured the lead. Slow start to the second half. They saw a 15-point lead and actually trailed by 4. Here's a near steal by Olsen, but it goes to Cantrell. He'll fire a 17-footer that's good from the left wing. Out of backcourt, Woods with it. Woods looks inside to Brady. Brady kicks it into the corner to Troyer. He'll fire a 3. Baseline left side, that's good. Troyer with the look after Brady. The inside-outside working for the Wolverines there. With it now is Cantrell. Foul line extended right wing. Works on Olsen. Fall away jumper on the way. Good by Cantrell. Stopping on a dime and hitting the 15-footer.
Yeah, that was a beautiful move. He's had some great moves tonight. Quick, aggressive, just able to lift, rise above everyone else, get his shot off.
66-65, Woods with it. Toolton pops out the top. Key gets it, chasing him is Wall. Toolton's got to be aware that Wall's got 4 fouls. You can take it to him. Down low. Olsen floating it up and in off a pretty pass. Olsen moves into double figures with 10.
Great layup there by Josh. Another could-be dunk, but he decides to lay it up.
68-65, Wall with it. Wall, left wing, now dribbles back out and centers it up straight away. Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson just yo-yoing the dribble, and stand in front of him is Woods. Wolverines have been man-to-man the entire time. Cantrell, foul line jumper on the way short, no good, and Brady with the rebound. Comes out of the pack running, and they'll call the foul, a blocking foul on Cantrell. And look out, the referee puts the whistle in his mouth, getting ready to tee him up, but thinks better of it. I agree with the no call, and they'll just call the foul on Cantrell, his 4th.
I'll tell you what, he's a brave man for trying to
Going to
there.
a sideline reporter right now. Take it away, guys.
All right, I'm standing here with Holly Beeman. Holly's the captain of the UVSC women's basketball team. Holly, had a game today. How'd you do?
We won, and the score was 70-52, so we won by 18.
18 points. That's a good victory. It was your 15th win this season, which matches your career total for number of wins in a season at that level. Talk about that a little bit.
3 years ago, we would never have thought that it was possible, but it's an amazing thing being here for 3 years now, and just going from winning 8 games and being happy with winning 8 games to winning more than 50% of our games is just, it's awesome.
All right, your last game is on March 1st. It's senior night. You have 3 more games left. You're at 15-7 right now. What's your prediction for the rest of the season?
Well, so far we've been playing very good at home, and we've been pretty decent at away. So my prediction is 3-0.
3-0 to finish out the season. So be sure to be at the last women's home game March 1st. That's at 3:05. Back to you on the sideline.
Thank you for that, Holly, and for the report. Lady Wolverines having an outstanding year, guys.
They are. They're playing, you know, both David and I were there. If you haven't come out and seen the women play, they've got a great team. Robin Fairbanks, you know, incredible. She puts up double digits every game, scoring, rebounding. She's an incredible player, as well as Julie McMurray and Sandy Marvin. They got a great all-around team.
They're fun to watch. They're a lot of fun to watch.
We come out of the timeout. Brady, if you remember, before the break, was running the floor, and they called a blocking foul on Cantrell right out at midcourt. Brady didn't even have the ball at the time, but he'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Brady's free throw is good. Brady a strong ball game now with 15 points. Had 3 rebounds at halftime and picked up 3 fouls and I think at least 3 rebounds. Come up with a couple of steals as well. Second free throw, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Walton for Chicago State. He'll hand it off to Holston. Utah Valley has regained the lead at 4 after leading by 15 and then trailing by 4 this half. Chicago State kind of mishandling the ball. Holston step back, fire a 2. It looked like a 3, but they say his foot was on the line. He's got 16.
That looks like his patented move there. A quick step back between the legs and just too quick for anyone.
69-67, Holston across the timeline. Give it to Troyer straight away. Troyer hands it off to Brady. Brady stays straight away. Now to Toolton. Wolverines just running kind of a weave, coming out from the key and popping right out to the top of the key. Holston pops free off a good screen, missed the shot. Rebound knocked away, but Walton will control it for Chicago State. They look for the tie or the lead with a 3-pointer. 69-67. Holston with a basketball. Woods with him. Holston just dribbling from right to left along the perimeter and staying straight away. Holston still with it, 18 on the shot clock. Holston's going to rise and fire a long 3 that's good again. He's warming up 19, and Chicago State recaptures the lead of 70-69.
You know, I don't know what you can do there defensively. You just hope to get a hand up. He's got such quick moves, ball fakes, foot fakes, and then he's got a even quicker release. Hard to guard.
I'll tell you, that was an NBA 3. With it is Olsen, back to the basket, baseline right side to Toolton. Toolton gets his man in the air and leans in, gives it back to Brady. He'll put it up and count it, and he's fouled. Toolton earlier in the year would have shot that shot. Instead, he rewards Brady with a nice dish. A good assist there. Gets 2 men in the air, penetrates. Hey, would have shot it earlier in the year. This time he hands it to Brady on our Papa John's replay. He gets bumped down low, strong enough to finish up high. Brady with 17 and a chance to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. He'll try to earn it with a free throw. Free throw is good. Brady with 18. 72-70. Utah Valley back on top by 2. Chicago State looking for the tie or the lead with a 3. Walton in the corner for an open 3 by Wilson, and it's good. You leave him all alone, and for Wilson or Holston, it's like shooting ducks right now from the long range. 73-72, Chicago State back on top by a point. Holston with it. Down the lane goes Brady. Instead it goes to Toolton at the top of the key. Now to Brady, who pops out straight away. Looks at Woods, and now gives it to him a little bit late. Woods has the ball knocked away, and it goes out of bounds off of Chicago State, so it'll be Wolverine basketball.
You know, that's quick hands there from Holston. That's twice tonight when it looks like the Wolverine guards have an easy layup. He's come swipe the ball away and basically stolen the ball. Great defense.
Woods inbound, baseline, looking, can't get it in, finally snaps it out to Troyer in the corner to Olsen. Quick release on a 3, around and out. Oh, baby, it was all the way down. Length of the court pass. Running out the floor was, I believe, Wall, and Wall's got the layup. Wall will score, and Wall on the breakaway now with 9 points. And again, the Wolverines on transition defense. Guys, they got everybody caught down in the middle on the offense. And after the missed shot, there goes Chicago State on the run out.
And if you'd have blinked, you'd have missed it. It happened so fast. Wall with this just great speed, and they kick the ball up, and he gets an easy little layup there.
You know, Steve, I know all about this play. Wall, yeah, there we see Wall getting the easy bucket. What happens is Josh Olsen, the point guard, takes a 3 from the corner, and he's normally one of the defenders that is getting back on defense. Coach Hunsaker used to yell at me all the time for that the other guard, in that case would have been Ryan, has to get back, and their guards just shot out. Nice outlet passes. Josh Olsen was still stuck in the corner. That's why they got that easy layup.
4:29 to go. Wolverines down by 3, 75-72. Referee Casey McClellan's with me. I think Chicago State should actually be ahead by 5. I really think the Wolverines have taken the basket away from Chicago State here. But what do I know? 4:27 to go. Wolverines trailing, but they have the ball. Looking to tie with a Ryan Toolson or somebody's 3. Top to keep Brady with it. Gives it out of Woods. Foul line extended right wing. Wolverines running their offense well, but they're not getting a lot of good shots. Toolson's getting 2 men on him wherever he goes. Woods with a step back jumper, no good. And I think Holston maybe got a hand on that. Troyer now is cut above the eye, and they're going to stop play. Holston just launched one from 40 feet and made it, but Troyer is definitely bleeding. I don't know if it's from the nose or from just the cheek or the mouth. 4 minutes exactly to play. Andrew Nelson getting out and getting his plastic gloves on is going to go to work trying to stop. There's a lot of blood already coming out of that towel. 4 minutes to go. That's going to get one of the Wolverines' better perimeter shooters out of the ball game, and they're going to replace him with Matt Commenda. Matt will come in, and Matt's not going to hurt you on the perimeter, but he can do some heavy-duty work down in the paint.
Yeah, Matt's going to be good, but they're going to miss Richard on the defensive end, and also I think rebounding-wise, hopefully they'll be able to get whatever is wrong. It looks like he's got a cut a little bit above his eye, and also his mouth is bleeding too. Hopefully they'll be able to get him fixed and back in soon.
Ball comes into Holston in backcourt. Under 4 to play now. And Chicago State, down 15 at half, has put on an unbelievable offensive exhibition this half. Holston with it straight away. Step back, fires a three. Is he in rhythm or what? Wow. Holston now with 22 with a step back three.
I don't know what David thinks, but I don't know how you guard. I don't think you can guard that.
I can tell you how. You put David Heck on him. Put length on him.
78-72. The problem is you're in a suit and tie here on the sideline.
And he's out of shape.
With the ball, Toolton. Now he's open. He'll fire a long three. That's good. Counted. And he has a chance at the very unusual 4-point play. A 3-point bomb and the foul. And Toolton, just like that, can get the Wolverines back within 2. Watch this as Toolton comes off the screen. Stead's in NBA range, gets hit on the elbow, but strokes in the 3. Toolton now with 23 and a chance at the 4-point play. But first, a media timeout, and we're going to take it as well. 78-75, Utah Valley.
I'm Destiny, and I'm a dancer. I don't practice until I get it right. I practice till I can't get it wrong.
Hi, I'm Devin, and I'm a rock climber. And I never stop reaching for the top.
I'm Kyle. I play the guitar. I love playing the guitar because it's tough, but I don't do drugs.
And I don't drink alcohol.
I don't have to.
87% of Utah County teens don't use tobacco, alcohol, and other drugs. 70% of them never even tried. So play hard, play clean, live a drug-free life.
3:23 to go. 3:23 to go. Utah Valley down by 3. They led it at halftime, 47-32. And my math isn't good, but I think Chicago State has already scored. What is that, 46 points this half?
Yeah, they had 32 at halftime, so that would be, 46.
46 points, and there's still 3.5 minutes to go. So the Wolverines' defense has definitely broken down this half. Don't know if you can say that or credit Chicago State with some unbelievable shooting this half. We weren't given a stat sheet during this timeout. It still might come to us, but if we come out of this timeout, Ryan Toolton's going to be going to the line trying to complete a 4-point play. Richard Troyer is going to jump back into the ball game as they've got the bleeding stopped for him.
Steve, in the first half, Chicago State was shooting 13 for 27, 48% from the field. Now in the second half, they're up to 62%, so they have increased by 14% there in the second half.
So Toolton to the line, trying to pull the Wolverines within 2. Sam Gibson standing right in front of us, doing a great job reffing tonight. It's great when I don't have to get on the refs. Free throw on the way, good. 24 for Toolton. Now Commenda leaves, and now Troyer does check into the ball game. Ball comes into Holston. Wolverines down 2. They got to come up with a stop. But Holston's been on fire. Maybe that timeout will quiet him down. Holston back out on Holston. Hands it off to Wilson right at the timeline. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson, they've got some great shooters on this team. Holston with a crossover. No look pass inside to Walton, who can't finish. Looked like a foul, and now they're going to say Troyer was out of bounds, came in to get the ball. So give the ball back to Chicago State. That ball did not hit the rim, so 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
What a wraparound pass there by Holston. He fooled me sitting over here.
Didn't you think there was some contact on that layup by Walton? Ball comes in down low to Chikumba, and he'll lay it up and in. Chidozie Chakumba with the layup. I've said it differently every time. 80-76, Chicago State by 4. 2:45 to go. It's turned into a nail-biter. Olsen pops to the wing in three-point territory, left angle, now dribbles and centers it up, gives it to Toolton, penetrates, hooks a pass in the corner to Brady. Brady penetrates the glass, and oh my, missed the hammer. And the ball goes high and up over the shot clock, out of bounds. Brady won't miss that very often. Ball kind of came free from his hands before he got ready to dunk it.
That was very unusual. Great drive to the basket. That's very unfortunate for the Wolverines. They need a stop here on defense. Absolutely need a stop.
They haven't had one for about 6 minutes. With the basketball now is Cantrell playing with 4 fouls. He's back into the ball game, but they didn't lose anything when he left. With it now is Holston. Olsen on him. Holston steps back, gets Olsen in the air, and then a behind-the-back pass. I mean, this guy will do it any way he can. Cantrell with 5 on the shot clock, pull-up jumper, no good, and the rebound comes to Brady. Wolverines get that important stop. And let's see who they're going to go to.
They need a bucket.
Out of backcourt, Woods will set up the attack. They're running Olsen now to the wing left side as he comes off a couple of screens. Olsen now to Toolton. He's free. Deep three on the way. Good by Toolton. Toolton with 27. Toolton and Holton have come to play here in the last 10 minutes. Chicago State coach Benji Taylor up, wants a timeout, and takes it. Wolverines, 1:29 to go, down by a point. 80-79. Let's see, is it a full timeout or a 30? It's a 30. Now they turn it into a full. So we'll take a full timeout. It'll probably be our final one of the ball game unless it goes to overtime. 80-79, an exciting nail-biter here in the McKay Center. Wolverines trail by a point. We'll be back.
Olsen, lights out. All right, Coach, a few more minutes.
And now, your Utah Valley Wolverines. At guard, number 10, Ryan Toulson.
Come join the action-packed, high-energy entertainment and sharp shooting of Utah Valley men's basketball. Season tickets available now. Lights Out 2007.
You wouldn't work on a construction site without your safety gear. Why would you drive your car without your seatbelt? Click It or Ticket supports the Zero Fatalities campaign, a goal we can all live with.
Back here on the radio television simulcast, those on TV, you'll see Toulton with an NBA range 3, just tickling the twine from distance and pulling the Wolverines back to within 1:29 to go. Want to remind those on radio, our next broadcast on the radio will be next Saturday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, as the Wolverines travel to Savannah, Georgia to take on a good Savannah State team. 80-79, they were a winner today in overtime. Savannah State beating Longwood. Chicago State with the ball in the lead. Wolverines needed another stop. They got one last time. Walton with it straight away. Works off to the left wing, keeps the dribble alive, hands it off to Wilton. Wilton penetrates, passes it, goes down low to Chakumba, who will lay it up and in. Off a well-designed play, Chakumba hits the basket.
You know, that was one of the rare opportunities tonight where it looked like they ran a play to actually get it inside to one of their perimeter players. Very unusual there from Chicago State.
Chakumba, though, has scored 4 points now in the last minute and a half, so you got to hand it to him. Chicago State, with their penetration dribble, has really been able to set up people down low. Wolverines down 3. With it is Woods straight away. 1 minute to play. Toulton comes off a screen. Wilson closes on him in a hurry. Step back. Fire a long 3 that's going to give. Toulton with 30 with a man in his face. A step behind the NBA line. Game tied at 82-all. Crowd comes to their feet, and why not? 2 sensational players locking horns here in the last 10 minutes. Basket for basket. Holston now with it. It's his turn. Holston on him. There's a long three. No good. Wolverines have it. Toulton with it. Don't call a time. Coach Hunsaker's going to say play on. I don't expect a timeout. They don't want Chicago to set their defense, and they are living in Toolson's uniform right now. Toolson trying to fight through the lane. Pass goes to Olsen. 15 seconds left in the ball game. They hand it to Toolson. Toolson working around the perimeter. Can't come free. Hands it to Woods. 8 to go. 8, now 5. In the corner to Olsen for a win. Hit, no good. Tipped up, no good. Tipped up, no good. And this game's gonna go to overtime. Oh, Olsen got a wide open 3. Couldn't convert. The tip by Troyer, no good. And then Brady's tip hung on the rim and fell off. You guys take the final play on replay.
You know, it was kind of a scramble play. Ryan here wasn't able to get off. Oh, this is the play before that. Unbelievable shot from Ryan. Deep 3 with a man in his face, as you said, Steve. Wow, my heart's beating pretty good right now as we go to overtime. I don't know what else to say.
We're going to keep it here. 5 minutes of overtime to go. Utah Valley and Chicago State, 82-all. Here comes the replay for those on TV. Wide open Olsen on a Papa John replay. It looked good, but it comes out. Troyer keeps it alive, and there's the tip by Brady that hung on the rim and fell off. Toolson with 30. Holston with 22 as we go to overtime. Holston had 8 at half. He's picked up 14 here in the second. Toolson had 14 and a half. He's picked up 16 here in the second. And guys, it's been an exciting game.
It sure has. You know, looking at the scoreboard here, Chicago State has 5 players in double figures, led by David Holston. Ryan Toolson shooting the ball incredible, 9 of 14 from the field, 30 points. And we're going into overtime here. Wow, it's just been a great game. It's just going to be who can come down, who can make stops on the defensive end here in overtime.
I'm still telling you guys, the Wolverines caught a break because I know the Chicago State had a basket taken away from them, especially when the ref came over and said that the scores table said they had counted that basket. I don't think they counted it, and if they did, they should have been shooting a free throw, in my opinion. But as it is, an exciting contest that ends at 82 apiece. Wolverines win the first half by 15. Chicago State wins the second half by 15. We go into overtime, and Christian Wall for Chicago State with 4 fouls, and John Cantrell with 4. They're in immediate trouble. Montgomery and Wilson with 3. For the Wolverines, I don't have them with anybody in serious trouble. Brady with 3, and Swarbrick with 3. So I don't think any foul trouble for the Wolverines. Chakumba is going to come in and start this overtime trying to win the tip. He did not start the ball game. He's in here strictly to win this tip, and he does win the tip easily in the backcourt. Smart coaching decision right there by Benji Taylor. Holston will walk the ball or trot the ball across the timeline. Set up the attack on the right wing. In the corner goes to Wilson. Toolson flies by. A 3-pointer on the way, no good. Holston elevates for the rebound. Hands it off to Woods, who will walk the ball out of backcourt. Wolverines have been going with a 3-guard lineup for quite a while this half. Woods dribbles the right side now with a back dribble towards backcourt. Goes all the way by his man, all the way in, kicks it in the corner to Olsen. Olsen's gonna dribble, couple of dribbles, fires a shot, no good. It's a little flat. Rebound taken out of the air by Walt. Holston out of backcourt, loses Olsen all the way into the lane, throws up a prayer that's not answered. He was kind of got bumped down low by Brady, but no call, and the Wolverines will get it on the ball gets tipped out of bounds.
Could have been a foul called there on Holston as he was going in there. It looked like he did get bumped with the body, but him and Jordan Brady have some words coming back down the court.
But they're both smiling. They respect each other.
You know, Holston, he hasn't even shot a free throw yet tonight. That's something that's been pretty impressive. Hasn't got 1 free throw shot down.
Pass down low on the block to Olsen. Posted up on Holston. He's got the height advantage. Leans in. A double clutch shot. No good. Tipped up. No good by Brady. And the rebound. Let's see what they're going to say. The shot clock went off. As the ball was taken out of the air, Chicago State will keep it. Referees right on the play, stopping action to get the shot clock reset. 3:56 to go. We played 1 minute and 4 seconds. No score in overtime. Now Chicago State wants a timeout. Let's see if it's a full 30. Just a 30-second timeout. So once again, we'll keep it here. 3:56 to go. Portions of this game brought to you by Maggleby's Fresh, along with MVP Sports. Locations in Spanish Fork and Provo. For those on TV, you're seeing the replay of Brady trying to keep it alive there. Also want to thank Jones Paint and Glass, Utah Community Credit Union, Orem City, Village on the Parkway. An exciting game from the McKay Center tonight on the airways, made possible by our fine sponsors. On TV broadcast, want to thank them as well. Got Gold's Gym that helps make the television broadcast possible, along with Papa John's. Chicago State coming out of the timeout. They'll have the basketball. Game tied at 82. Exciting contest. Wolverines on a 5-game winning streak. Walking the ball out of backcourt is Wilson. Again, the clock is going the other way. The clock is going the other way. It's going up. They need to stop the play. Shot is on the way, and good by Chukumba. I have never seen that. The clock is going the other way. The clock ran up. We were at 3:56 or 3:56, I think, and now it shows 4:19. The clock went up. They're going to have to reset this now. I mean, I think, what do you think, guys? That from 3:56, it probably should go down to about 3:35 or so.
Yeah, they could just take the time to, that it went up, 23
exactly
seconds?
Right.
23 seconds up, take it down instead.
Yeah, that's a mathematician there. Did you go to MIT, Matt?
Yeah, that's why I'm a finance major, Steve.
So it was 3:56, and according to you, what should it be?
I need a pen and paper.
Well, you tell me again. I can add
35.
35. No, was it 35 seconds?
Well, it was what?
35 left.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so from 3:56, it should go down to 3:21. No, 3:31. 3:31. Should be 3:31 on the clock.
Right.
And while they're taking time out, we'll again let you know our next broadcast on the radio, K-Star 1400, with Bob Morey at the controls, will be at 11 a.m. Mountain Time from Savannah, Georgia. Should be a fun road trip. Wolverines on the road to Savannah State, and then they go to North Carolina Central, Durham, North Carolina. That's a hotbed of basketball.
Sure is. I think it was our sophomore year when we went out to North Carolina. We were
Asheville.
we were in Asheville, Wake Forest country. Yeah,
Warren Wilson.
We were in Wake Forest country out there.
That's a ball game that I broadcast along with Steve Wynn, and I'm telling you, it was one of the all-time great broadcasts. It's hard to do a game. 87-20, I think, was the final score, and it could have been 150-10. Why we ever scheduled that game is beyond me. They're still having a hard time, but you're right, Matt. That's exactly what they needed to do, just go backwards. It should be 3:31. They put 3:42 on the clock, but that's not right. Now they're, you had it right on. Matt Peterson had it right on. It should be 3:31 on the clock.
So there was 3:58 right at that last timeout. 3:56, and then added night. There was at 4:19.
It should be 3:21.
Yeah, there you go.
Should be 3:21.
Yeah, 3:21.
This is wrong. They're going to say 3:42. I don't think it's a big difference right now.
No, somebody's going to benefit from it, though. That's for sure.
3:42 to go. Of course, what they're going to do is take the ball back underneath the basket, so that would have taken some time off the clock because they didn't call timeout till it was at midcourt. Ball in backcourt with Woods with it. Out of backcourt now, Woods hits it to Brady. Wolverines down 2. Now Toolton comes at the top of the key to receive the pass, works on Wilton, tiptoes down the lane, draws the foul from Wilton on the pass off, but we're over the 10 fouls, so Toolton to the line to shoot 2. His career high, I believe, is 35. You'll see Toolton twisting and spinning in the lane on our Papa John's replay. Gets hit on the elbow on the pass off. Doesn't matter, he'll shoot 2. Free throw on the way, good.
That puts Ryan at 10 for 10 tonight from the free throw line. As you said, that's 1/3 of his scoring right there from the line.
Gets both free throws. Now with 32 points. With the ball is Cantrell, wing left side. Kicks it back now for a three-point shot by Holston. No good, and Toolson chases down the long rebound. Game tied as we approach 3 minutes. 3:10 to go in overtime as Woods comes across the timeline. Wolverines looking for the lead. Alton pops at the top of the tree. Now Brady goes down the lane. Now Toolson pops out to the top and gets the pass. Back to Brady. Brady looks and hits Woods, cutting down the lane to the glass to score the layup. Brady with the assist. Woods with his 9th point.
Wolverines there run a rub cut off the free throw elbow, and Kevin Woods ends up with the ball with a beautiful layup at the end.
Cantrell in the lane, put it up and in, count, and he's fouled. Alton on the reach in, a little 10-foot floater by Cantrell gives Cantrell 14 points.
We see the replay. You know, he's been living. Beautiful spin move. He did that earlier in the first half. He's been living in that paint. Easy drive, just getting into the middle of the key and able to make a play from there. Ends up at the free throw line.
2:39 to go. Cantrell shooting for the lead for Chicago State, and he missed the free throw. Game remains tied. Wolverines win the first half by 15, and Chicago State wins the second half by 15, and we're tied in overtime. 2.5 to play. Alton to Brady straight away. Looking inside. Woods coming down the lane. They don't hit him with the pass. Instead, they go to Toolson. Wilton out on him. Toolson dribbles baseline. Dribbles a little, tiptoes inside, hands it off to Brady. Shot blocked away by Chukumba. Back now inside a whistle, and they reset the shot clock. And boy, we're having all types of trouble with the scorekeeper over there and the shot clock guy. A little home cooking here. Wolverines trying to get all the advantage they can get. Not the referees doing the home cooking, it's our scorekeeper right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it should be less than 10 seconds. They put 11 seconds back on the clock. I thought it should have been less than that.
Woods to inbound. Looking, and has it knocked away, and it goes right out of bounds. Nothing ticked off the clock there. You would have thought at least a second would have gone off the clock. Now Coach Hunsaker wants a timeout. And I think it's going to be a full timeout. Let's see. It is a full timeout. Let's take it as well. 86 apiece. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion of tonight's basketball game in a moment.
So I've got these spots of green.
Steve, it's obvious you haven't been fully affected by green fever.
I had people ask me why I had the spots, and I told them that my mother was a heffalump. I started getting green fever my first day of classes at Utah Valley University. When they asked me why I was so green, I told them that my father was a Jolly Green Giant. I guess that's probably why I'm so tall, too. Who knew?
So, I used to be like that. I mean, with all the spots.
Really? I was so excited about my interaction I had with my instructors. They knew me and they included me in their research. I mean, yeah, I'm all splotchy, but it's better than having no green fever at all, right?
I think it's kind of cute.
Thanks.
Try to get that back. 2:10 to play. Teams huddled around their coaches. Not sure what is being discussed over there, but this has been a long time out. I don't know what's going on again. 2:10 to play. Wolverines and Chicago State tied. Ryan Toolson with 31 points in the ball game. David Holston leading the Cougars with 22 points. Hopefully we're back on the radio now. If we are, give me a beat, Bob. All right, we're back on the radio. Radio television simulcast. We didn't miss anything for those on the radio. A long time out. Olsen to inbound. 2:10 to go. 11 on the shot clock. It comes into Toolson. Toolson dribbles to the free throw line. Follow away jumper around and out. No good, but Troyer flies in, gets the rebound, and slams it down through. 13 for Troyer. Wolverines up by 2. Holston goes by Woods, now stops, it's knocked away. Comes to Toolson, and Holston fouls him on the reach in. Toolson will come down court and shoot 2 more free throws. Holston with careless ball handling right now, and is pretty upset with himself as he sits down. Easy call for the outside referee to make. Holston still sitting on the floor backcourt, disgusted with himself in losing the basketball.
He thinks he got fouled, but that was just, yeah, he just lost the ball. See the replay here. Richard Troyer crashed the offensive glass. Unbelievable putback there.
Troyer's back bleeding, and he's going to maybe have to leave the ball game again. He's got some blood surfacing. Free throw by Toulson's good. 33 for Ryan. His career high is 35, so he's 2 away from that. An exciting overtime game here from the McKay Center. 89-86 Wolverines, led by 15 at half, only to see Chicago State rally and get back in it. 34 for Ryan, 1 away from his career high. 90-86, out of backcourt with a basketball. Holding it now is Holston. Wolverines with a 2-possession lead, and it's critical for Chicago State to score here, and they turn it over. Toulson in a run out, takes it all the way to the glass and dunks it down with 2 hands. He saw Cantrell coming from the left side. Toulson puts it to bed with a 2-hand jam. 36 for Ryan. Holston fires a deep 3. No good, and Troyer climbs the ladder for the rebound. Hands it to Toulson. Wolverine should be able to hold on now when you got the nation's best free throw shooter. Keep it in his hands. Troyer holding on to it, and they'll come out, and the foul is called before they even fouled him. They knew they were going to foul, and Sam Gibson calls the foul before Walton gets it. Here you're going to see on the Papa John's replay, Toulson with the hops and the dunk on the breakaway. Toulson now with 36, a career high. Troyer at the line to shoot 2. 1 minute and 6 seconds to play. Free throw by Troyer is good. I'm not sure there's been a bigger play in the ball game, and a lot of big plays, but at least in overtime, Troyer's follow-up dunk was a big play.
Big play there, yeah, you're right.
What a momentum booster it gave to the whole team, and you know, plays like that, they can propel to a win.
Both free throws by Troyer good. He's got 15. In overtime, Wolverines now extend the lead to 8. Holston goes by his man, hooks it back to Wilson for a 3 that's no good. And the long rebound tipped by Woods, and then to Brady, and then Brady tipped it out of bounds. 55 seconds to go. And you can bet that Chicago State's going to be throwing up some long 3s. Down 8 with under a minute to go. Our next broadcast from Savannah State in Georgia next Saturday, February 16th, 11 a.m. Mountain. Ball is kicked out of bounds by Kevin Woods. Still 35 seconds on the shot clock. Holston to inbound. Wilson coming off a screen and then has the ball deflected away, and it's saved on the floor. No, Toulson can't save it. Tiptoeing and steps out of bounds. So Chicago State will inbound it again, but a little closer to midcourt this time. 4 seconds runs off the clock. An exciting ball game.
Yeah, I think Steve here, to close it out, Wolverines got a rebound. They need to rebound, get possession of the ball. Toulson wasn't able to come up with it there. They're going to all have to get 5 guys crashing the defensive rebounds here.
Referees having a little conference. Now they'll give the ball to Cantrell. Delivers a pass inbound to Walton, in the corner to Cantrell. Steps back, fires a 2-point shot, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Toulson, then he's standing on the end line. If Toulson would have let that go, it goes right out of bounds, and it's Wolverine basketball. Instead, he's stepping out of bounds, so it'll be Chicago State basketball underneath their own basket. 44 seconds to go now. Ball lobbed in, they can't get it in. Finally, Cantrell gets it, and the foul on Josh Olson. And boy, you cannot commit a foul in this situation. But the Wolverines have been playing tough defense on the inbounds plays.
Yeah, Wolverines make it a little bit harder on themselves to close out this game. As you see in the replay there, Olson may be a foul. He doesn't think so.
Not very many people ever think they commit a foul. Cantrell at the line, free throw on the way, good by John Cantrell, who now has 15 points. 3 of them here in overtime. 94-87. Watch for full court pressure after the made free throw. If he makes the free throw. Free throw is around and out, no good. And Brady had Troyer steal that rebound away from him. And a reach-in foul. Chicago State commits the quick foul with 39 seconds to go. Long walk down court where Richard Troyer will go to the line. There you see Troyer and Brady fighting for it. That's the second one Brady's been out-muscled by his own teammates on.
You know, I was at practice the other day, Steve, and they were shooting free throws, and Richard and Jordan were on the blocks, and Richard did that exact same thing. Came and took it away, knocked the ball away from Jordan. They started yelling at each other, so that's nothing new for him there.
Troyer's free throws good. He's got 16 now. 3 straight free throws. Is that thing updated on
Yes,
stats? How many
is.
rebounds does Jordan have? Jordan Brady.
We have him for 8 rebounds.
He would have a double-double if he had those other 2. Free throw good. The one Commendout muscled him on. Troyer now with 17. Holston stops, launches a long three. No good. Rebound to Troyer. Troyer's playing big. Length of the court pass to Woods, who's grabbed and fouled by Wilson as Woods comes across the timeline. 28 seconds to go. Great outlet pass right there, but the Wolverines don't need that type of play. They could have sat in back court a little while and run some time. But Woods will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Goes to the line with 9 points on the evening. 96-87, an exciting game, and the Wolverines are going to win it and run their winning streak now to 6. And Chicago State's Wilson has fouled out of the ball game, and that's why we're taking a little time here. Chicago State taking the full allotted time to bring the ball or bring the player into the game. They're going to bring in now Steve Martin. He started the game and really hasn't played hardly at all since. So Woods to the line. He'll shoot 2. First one on the way, no good, around and out. Crowd been entertained tonight. Some exciting play.
You know, Steve, that puts the Wolverines 29 for 34 from the free throw line. That makes them, I believe, 30 for 35. They shot free throws incredibly well tonight.
Wolverines 72% on the year. Here's a lean-in 3, no good. Rebound goes to Holston. He'll step back, fire 3 over Toolson, no good. Rebound knocked away, goes to Jordan. Ahead to Toolson, and he'll dunk it with one hand. The one-hand hammer by Toolson gives him 38. Brady should get the assist. Shot put up, no good. Rebound to Chicumba in the lane. He'll put it up and in. And the game now just going to run out. An exciting one. Wolverines are going to win it. A point shy of the 100. 99-89 in overtime. Wolverines get the win. For those on TV, we'll have Coach Hunsaker joining us in a moment. Team shaking hands right now. And an exciting ball game. Utah Valley victorious. They now have won 6 in a row. They run their record to 12-13 on the year. An entertaining contest. We'll have Coach Hunsaker joining us here momentarily, unless he goes right to the locker room. He maybe is on. No, he's still over here, and he's going to come over and join us. Still congratulating each other. Again, our next broadcast will come to you from Georgia, from Savannah, Georgia. Wolverines will travel to Atlanta and then bus to Savannah. 99-89 our score. Coach Hunsaker walking over here right now. Coach Hunsaker wanting to get attention as the Chicago State coaches now. I think Coach Hunsaker's not happy with somebody there.
Maybe.
So Coach Hunsaker is going to come over and join us right now. And again, on the radio, we'll be on the air next Saturday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time for a game against Savannah State, who won today. Wolverines a winner 99-89 in overtime. And hopefully you're not just joining us. If you are, you've missed an exciting game. Coach, Wolverines lead it by 15 at half. You had to know Chicago State would make a run, but this turned out to be an exciting ball game.
That's a team of athletes. That's a team that's a victim of a schedule. No one in America understands the scheduling game. They just want to see Duke play in Cameron Arena. The big boys don't go on the road. Chicago State's been on the road all year. They got a very fine team. They're very athletic. They shoot the ball. They're smart. They're tough. That was a real tribute to our kids. That was a great win for us. How about Toulson making those shots and plays down the stretch for us? And, you know, as much as I love Toulson's game, and I'd have to give the game ball to Kevin Woods. Kevin Woods sparked us. Kevin Woods was sensational in this ball game. Defended, made a big putback in there, made a couple key plays, free throws. I thought Kevin Woods was sensational. Josh Olson did an admirable job defensively at times, but Josh had too many things he was trying to get accomplished. And Richard Troyer, how about the putback that sparked the game by Richard Troyer, and 14 rebounds. And I thought Swarbrick did a terrific job in the first half, but Swarbrick, again, I said it when we played Chicago State when you were on sabbatical.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan Brady, Swarbrick just sometimes short circuits, you know, the whole, like our scoreboard tonight did. Our scoreboard going blank.
Yeah.
But, you know, Swarbrick could be a good player and mean a lot to this team. And if he could just get there and get better, because he can make plays. And, you know, Jordan Brady fought through some tough situations and tough start to second half. I told him what was going to happen the second half. Exactly what happened in the second half. To start the second half, David Heck knows what happens in our locker rooms, and usually they're pretty close to being accurate, and that team had no respect for the Wolverines. Chicago State had no respect for the Wolverines. They still have respect for the Wolverines, actually, because they left the court complaining. But that was, again, they're I think, a well-coached team, and they play very hard.
Let me just tell you, Coach, I thought the game really took a turn. First of all, you had 5 turnovers at halftime, and then you probably turned it over 5 times in the first 3 minutes of the second half. You only end up with 12 turnovers. So you played, I think, the last 15 minutes of regulation and the 5-minute overtime period in pressure time, only turning it over, I bet you, twice. But I thought the key was when you went to the 3-guard offense. You want to say Kevin Woods was instrumental, and he was, but I thought it was instrumental when you had to match up a little bit. You got Woods and Olsen and Toulson out there at the same time.
You know I love you to death.
You don't agree with that?
I love you to death. Well, I thought those kids all did a nice job, you know. I thought all those guys did a good job. I thought they all played well, and, you know, those kids did a great job. I thought, again, Woods and then Josh, we did a good job. Cottrell's a load. I mean, that team's live. That team is athletic, they're confident, and they're fearless. That was a real fine win, and I just happy, you know, Toulson, you know, didn't start out, you know, ringing the bell as he's had been. But how about those shots? And we finally got him the ball a few times. You know, some guys took shots. You know, I didn't take a timeout at the end of regulation. I said, you know, they were switching everything out on us, so I kind of thought I'd just kind of play it out. And, you know, Josh had a great look, and we had a couple good tips out of it. And, you know, it was a great win. I'm so happy. This team, you know, this team has battled through adversities, through different scenarios all season. They've fought, and they played a good team. They're a team that no one in America is going to give them any credit for beating tonight.
Well, I mentioned.
And that team has played 7 home games, and they beat Cal Northridge. You know, I got to toot my own stuff here. But if you look at the standings across America, Lamar leads their section of the Southland. Northridge leads the Big West. Boise and Utah State lead the WAC. Louisiana Lafayette is tied for a Sun Belt lead. You know, we've just played a lot of good teams, and you know, tonight was a game that turned our way, and I really respect. We have great kids of integrity, and keep fighting and keep competing, and I was just happy with the outcome, and we had some great individuals play.
Career high for Ryan Toulson, 38 tonight, along with 4 assists.
That's just a warm up.
Yeah, he made a couple of nice passes.
Just a warm up.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wolverines now with 6 wins in a row, and we'll head to Georgia. Dave Heck, come on over here, Dave. Wolverines will head now to Georgia on Friday and play Savannah State next Saturday, 11 a.m. with the radio broadcast on K-Star 1400. But, Dave, we got to wrap this up quickly. A final comment, Dave?
You know what? It was a great game like we expected, a fast, up-paced tempo, and you know, it was a great one, great finish.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Toulson with 38, leading 5 players in double figures for the Wolverines. Wolverines win it in overtime, 99-89, after blowing a 15-point lead. Our next broadcast will be on the radio against Savannah State, but then we're home the following Saturday, and I forget, we play the Tigers.
That's right,
the
16th
Tigers.
of February.
No, the Tigers are our next home game. So we'll say so long. Wolverines will be on the road next Saturday against Savannah State. Till then, Dave Heck, Matt Peterson saying so long.